questioning the shape of the earth on the streets of Manchester, UK, yeah? Look,
Right.
first comment. Where are you, Dave?
Yes. Is any of you don't want to be on it? Are you okay? You're all okay. I'll always ask, you know, like just to make sure, you know. Yeah. Hi guys. I've turned my camera around to face me, and that's the way I'll be showing, because my same phone and my audio doesn't work. My mic doesn't pick up from the front, so so hi guys again. This is Manchester, Piccadilly Gardens. That's where we are. Just I'll let you have a quick look around. Okay. Hotels. As you can see, we've gone under the shelter here. Sorry, you probably can't hear me there. So we're underneath that shelter because it looks like the heavens are going to open up today. So we've been here before, and we were over on the bridge before, but this time we just decided let's get in the shelter. And you know that lady over there, don't you? There she is. It's all her fault. So we've got a few that have come out to see us. I suppose we better have an audio check. How are we doing? Yeah, apologies. I know that we're probably in the wind as well, so it might be a bit muffled. But hi Nathan. Okay. So we're all good. You're right there, Red Eye. Sound is good. Excellent. Thank you very much. Yeah. So where have you come from?
Preston.
Hi. And what's your name?
Neil.
Neil. Fold? No.
Sorry?
Neil Fold or something?
Englishby.
Englishby, of course, yes. Sorry, I've got two Neils. I'm thinking of someone else. Yeah. So not far. You're...
No, not far. 3/4 of an hour, not train. That's all.
Right.
No worries.
Awesome. You know, like, did you come here last time we were here?
No, this is my first one.
Yeah. And what made you come out?
Get involved.
Right. You want to get your sleeves rolled up and get stuck in?
I never shut up.
So how long have you...
Just over a year now.
Oh, right, okay.
So pretty new.
So I put myself as I'm a newbie. I've been saying, like, you know, I've only been involved a year, and now I think it's getting like 2.5 years now, I think it is. I still think that we're all newbies in a sense, aren't we?
Oh yeah,
You know.
55 years believing in a lot of bullshit.
Yeah. No,
Not
that's
believing
right.
in God and all that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then, bang. What?
And it's like, does it feel like, bloody hell, what is true? What, you know, like, do I have to investigate everything?
Yeah, you do.
You know, I've been re-examining every part of my life, from health to, you know, the medicines, the monies, and
Medicine,
every part of it.
It's not a rabbit hole, it's a rabbit warren, isn't it?
Yeah.
A deep
No.
one. Very deep one.
Yeah. So this is we're kind of like not trying to convince anyone. We are trying to have a conversation.
Yes.
Just a talk, no debating, just a talk.
Plant a seed.
Planting seeds. Yeah. And we've got a few people kind of looking and passing by, but we'll get these leaflets out to them. Guys, introduce yourselves and where are you from?
You alright, I'm Ross from Newcastle.
You're Ross.
Yes, Ross.
Hislop?
Ross Haslip, man.
Yeah, Hislop. Alright, okay.
So I've been into it for a couple of years now, and basically it's the truth, isn't it?
Yeah.
So there's no curvature, there's no spin. I only found out 2 years ago I was supposed to be spinning, so
Yeah.
when I found out I was like, what? You know, I must have listened in school.
How much research do you think you put into it to convince you?
Enough, oh yeah, of course,
Yeah.
definitely, and just using your own common sense as well, you know, basic common sense that water's always level, there's no...
Sorry. Yeah, sorry guys, that was Nora. Nora was on the phone, she can't find us. Shoot. Well, that's awesome. I didn't know Nora was coming. That is absolutely fantastic. Well done. I can't see her yet. She'll be here momentarily. Is that it? No. I think I need glasses. Maybe you guys can see her. Can anyone see her? Is that is Nora? That is her. It is Nora. There she is. So, hi Amanda. Hiya Cold Steel. You're right. I'm first. I'm first. I didn't-
Wonderful day again, huh?
No. We need this for the trees, for the flowers, for the plants.
Be what the weather is, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Is it real weather or is it made up weather just to stop us?
I think it's a mix of both.
I wasn't expecting you here today.
No, I wasn't
You,
either.
oh, you're a trooper, aren't you?
I can't help it. I was over there, I was in that cafe looking out for you.
Oh right. Oh, we've been here for hours and hours. No, we haven't.
I
Just
know
been
you
here.
weren't.
Right.
Anybody else have one?
Yeah, all these guys here. Ross Hislop, and your name is
Connor Miller.
Was is
Is Connor Miller.
Connor Miller, and you're from
Newcastle.
Newcastle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Travel for 3 hours to get
No
out of
way.
Yeah. Awesome.
Where are you from?
Dublin.
Oh yeah, you've travelled to get here as well.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you. What's your name?
Connor.
Connor.
Connor, yeah. Irish name.
So, how do you know Ross?
From my area.
Okay, and
So we got,
is it through?
we knew each other at school before,
Right.
but I told him about the flat earth and got him into it all. So
Your fault.
happy I
No.
opened his mind up.
Does he hate you now?
Maybe he's caused a few problems in his life, but
Oh yeah.
better. All of
See, I
that.
blame everything that goes wrong in my life now. It's Dave Murphy's fault.
That's an easy way to look at it, isn't it? I would ask him myself.
Yeah.
Is everything my fault?
Oh dear.
There's a good debate going on there, though.
Here.
Yeah, a globe earther. He says the rate of water droplet shows that it goes into a sphere.
Oh right, minuscule.
That's the theory is
Yeah.
providing. So I think there's a bit of a debate.
Right. Sorry guys, that you can probably.
Debate going on there.
Yeah. I'll try and get you close without so that you can hear.
Looking at the evidence that's been put forward, it's not very good, you know, just going with CGI cartoons.
I can say the same about that. Yes, I do.
Flat earthers have experience with it, you know, first hand. We don't experience any, you know what I mean? We don't experience it any curve down here. So where's the proof that it is real from up there? There's nothing up. That's it.
This
It's
is
just a cartoon ball, you know what I mean?
complex to say because the flat earth is not. Sorry, let me try to rephrase. The curved earth is not something new. It's something that comes from like thousands of years of mathematical research,
Like
like Aristotle.
Aristotle. Okay, and what was that? That
That
proves.
was a man in thousands of years ago that went from Greece to Egypt
Okay.
trying to measure the shadow.
Was that Aristophanes?
Yes, sorry, my accent.
No,
is-
that's okay. So it's Aristophanes, and we're talking about from Alexandria to Cyan. But if the sun's a lot closer, then the same sort of mathematics still work, the same shadows and all that. If the sun is more local, much more closer, because we can't prove the distance to the sun. There is no. But that's the thing, you can't, because it's all only an assumption based on the transit of Venus or so, isn't it? It's only an assumption, but you cannot prove it. There is no proof.
Oh, you can try to
You can?
something there.
And we've done that. When we've done that, yeah?
Not really.
No, that's it. So it cannot be proved
You can.
if we send something there. But it hasn't been done.
Yeah, for instance, there is. Why don't you guys try to send?
Send something to the sun? Really?
No, why don't you guys try to send to prove once and for all?
And like, well, for me, proof would be put a camera on the moon, let it stream 7 days a week, 64 days a year. Let it stream live. Why haven't they done that? That'd be so simple. We'd be able to see the rotation of Earth spinning 1,000 miles an hour.
Because if you have no. Sorry.
That's okay. Are you okay on camera? It's on me at the moment. Are you okay?
It's almost like
Not really.
No, that's okay. I'll keep it on me.
So if you send something to the moon that's streaming 24 hours,
Okay.
First, how are you gonna get this streaming to go to Earth 24 hours?
Didn't they do it in 1969 and send information back? Didn't they do it then in 1969?
They did, and
Okay.
they can still do. But you
And with today's technology today, 230. If they can do it from Mars, the distance to Mars, and the moon is only 239,000 miles, should be a doddle, a cinch.
But you're forgetting one thing. The time that the information needs to get from Mars to here is months.
Well, they say they fire a laser up there and back, and it takes 2.5 seconds.
No, that is completely untrue.
Is that
To
untrue?
the moon.
Yeah, to the moon. That's what I'm talking about. We were talking about the moon. Yeah, no, to the moon, 2.5 seconds. You know, like, and that's I find that very odd. You know, like because you know they left these mirrors on the moon, and they fire this laser up to the moon. They hit these mirrors, and then they come straight back. I don't know if you know anything about divergence. You know, like the way a laser just gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. By the time it hits the moon, it would envelop the whole of the moon and bigger. But precisely it reaches. I mean, what laser on land can reach something 239,000? What can you do here? And by the time it goes up and comes down, we've actually moved about 1,500 feet. Earth is span, it's rotated.
But I mean, there is something that you can do to prove that the Earth is round that's way easier than those. Way, way easier.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh yes, quite easy.
Yeah.
Quite easy. You get a plane, you do 3 completely right angles, and
Okay.
you get back to the starting point.
Based on the assumed mathematics that they'll sit there. Yeah.
You, if you are just walking, you have a tiny, tiny field.
Yeah.
So, with the plane, good morning, should, like everybody can. Wait,
Planes fly level.
you can make a plane fly level. I can actually say that because
Does it dip its nose every so often to go over the ball?
not really.
Why not?
Because maybe it's going over the rock land. You know, the land is moving really
If you are just doing 3 right angles, just that.
across the top of the
No, anywhere. You just do 3 right angles. You can also do 3 right angles walking if you can.
But who can do that over distance? You say anybody? Has anybody done this? Somebody's done this.
That proves that Earth is round.
Okay.
Because if you do 3 right angles, if the Earth is not round, you will do 3 sides of a square.
But on the mass, don't we have to assume that we are a globe in the first place, a sphere in the first place, to do that? So it's an assumption.
It is not an assumption.
Is
If
it not?
You do 3 right angles, just that.
So I don't know who has ever done that and how it's possible to actually do that, because I know planes get that they follow a heading, you know, like so when they're up there.
I'm not talking about level, I'm not talking about anything. I'm talking about right angles.
Yeah, I get that.
So do
But
1
plane,
right angle,
yeah,
2 right angles, 3 right angles. If
Yeah.
you are not in a globe, you will find yourself in a different place.
yeah.
Being or not being completely in level is completely.
I've heard this argument before. Would you check this out and look this up again? I think you'll find it's not correct.
It is.
Okay.
It is because I've done that with my dad.
You've done this journey. I just said, for what distance did you do this over?
Distance?
Okay.
I've been to Salvador, to Brasilia, from Brasilia to Acre, from Acre to Salvador.
And you did a measured distance. How did you manage that?
Because my dad is a pilot, it's easy for him to do that.
A measured distance over, and how many sort of miles is that?
I don't have that on my head.
No.
This is really hard to remember all of those numbers.
Yeah.
But it's something that you actually can do.
Okay.
You can go to, for instance, Africa. You can go there
Yeah.
and you can walk there and 3.
See, I think that I'm sure that that's wrong. I'm sure that that's only based on pilots' headings. You know, like because that's what they follow, isn't it? When they follow their headings.
What do you mean by heading?
As in, you know, like they'll hit.
My English is
No, it's
sometimes
okay. That's fine. You're doing great. They'll say I'm heading 180 degrees, and they'll follow on that heading. But if you're on a flat plane and north is right in the centre, that heading is always going to change as you're turning around.
So you can do it in another way.
Okay.
You can get a Cartesian map. The Cartesian map is flat.
Yeah.
and you can measure. I want to try to go from this city to this city to this city,
Yeah.
and they are in like
Is it possible you've been lied to? Is it possible?
no.
What-
It is possible that everybody's being lied to, and possible that everybody believes on what they want to believe, and it's also possible that people don't like to, follow science.
No, that's stuff. I've learned more about science in the last 2 years than I've ever known in my entire life. So science is quite important to most of us. We've learned so much more about science, but we're not just believing in what they're saying. We're not believing in their theories and their stories. We're asking for proof, and we find that
So this is one proof.
it falls down on so many false axioms.
This is really easy to prove. You guys can get a car, and you can travel with a car
Okay,
on the savannas.
yeah.
And then go one straight line, two straight lines, two
Yeah.
straight lines, and get back to where.
At what age do you think you decided that you knew where you lived, whether it be a ball or flat? What age do you think you was?
Sorry, I could not follow.
At what age do you think you was when you decided that you live on that ball, that globe? Small child, 3, 4, 5?
I actually learned that by myself when I was in a plane, and that was actually good. I was in a plane and there was a sunset.
Okay, so you didn't believe that you were on the globe until then?
I never believed in God, even as a child.
Okay,
So I always tried to find my own things. But I was in a plane and there was a sunset.
yeah,
And that was really, really nice because considering that the Earth is flat,
yeah,
the sunsets will hit every single the thingy that rains.
yes.
What's the name of that?
The rainbow?
No, the
Sorry? The thing that rains?
yes, the white wings. I forgot the name.
The white winds? Clouds?
Oh, yes.
Clouds, yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, that's okay.
So you could see that part of the cloud was hit by the sun, part of the cloud was not hit by the sun.
Okay.
And that was like awesome. Like if the thing was going to be flat,
Okay.
every single thing was actually
But
hit.
I think you've explained that to yourself with a biased view of that you're on a ball, a globe. But there probably could be other reasons that you've just not looked into.
Yep.
And that's what we want you to do. We want you to go away and just and research them other reasons, because there is a lot of other reasons for that.
But I did this thing that I told you,
Okay.
and I got back from the place that I started
Yeah.
after 3 right angles.
Yeah. Well, I think that's based on. I have actually seen this this demonstration.
And this is frankly, I don't really care on what you feel. Because I've done this and I've experienced this. If you say that I don't feel that hurt, I'm sorry, this is starting to be not a scientific thing anymore.
Well, that's not a scientific thing anyway, isn't it? It's just an observation. It's a test. It's an observation,
No, because it's a test that can prove something.
which isn't really scientific, is it? It's a test. It's an observation. It's an observation, that, and it's based on. For me, it's based on maths that already pre-assumed a globe.
No, it's not. Because considering that it's not a globe, and this will fail if it is not a globe.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even if it is a globe or not a globe, if you do 3 right angles,
Yeah.
if you are not in a globe, you are going to hinge.
Well, I think that we're going to discuss this, because as I say, I've come across this before. I'm not satisfied on my explanation for to give to you, but I'll look into it again because.
First, this is easy to disprove. The explanation that you gave to me, it's really easy to disprove.
Oh, I've got 1,001 reasons why I know that we don't live on a ball. You're just touching on one
this
thing.
Specific one.
Okay.
Just this. If I say to you that somebody is blonde because I am blind, and you say I'm looking to her, she is not a blonde.
Right.
Okay? It's the same explanation that you are saying to me that if you do 3 right angles, you are going to stay on the same place because your assumption that you are in a globe in the first place.
Okay. That's what I'm saying to you.
Yeah, it is not.
You don't think it's an assumption based on that? Well, that's the bit I'm going to look into.
No, because 3 right angles, it is not something that you can bend.
Yeah, I get that on the maths. That seems to work well on a ball, providing I assume that we're on a ball. In the first place, a ball, a globe,
Yeah.
a ball. But I have to assume that first.
Yes.
You're saying that you're saying that you didn't need to assume that. Could there be another explanation?
Yeah, it could not be a pole, it could be wrong.
Okay, but that's something to look into. Look,
The only thing that this proves is that the Earth is not flat. If the Earth was flat, 3 right angles would end in a complete
okay. Putting that aside, okay. Have you seen all? You believe in the moon landings, of course. The moon landings, because we're talking
Not
about.
really.
Really?
Not really, because on the time that this happened, like 60 something,
Yes.
America was really trying to win over Russia on the space travels.
That's one narrative.
Yes, like,
Okay.
I sincerely believe that they probably,
Okay. What about the International Space Station up there right now?
yes, I do believe.
You believe that's there? Okay. We have hundreds of reasons why we don't believe it's up there. Hundreds and thousands of reasons. Number one is the graphics that they give us. You know what green screens kind of look like in video layering techniques and things. The International Space Station, it's riddled with so many mistakes and holes of them presenting whatever information they're presenting. I mean, like they're floating around, and we can see like their hair sprayed. We can see a guy. He's got a screw in his hand, and all of a sudden, it falls on the floor. So everything's all floating away, and this screw just falls on the floor. As you would expect here on Earth. But there's 1,000,001 reasons, and I'd like you to, if you could, look into that, because most of all our photographs, all our images, they come from space. If you open that, it's on quite odd. Look at that one. 1 year apart. Why would the images be so? Why would America be so, smaller? 1 year apart. That's taken from NASA's own website that you can download. So we find that there's lots of inconsistencies on why they are not up there in space. And there's a lot of scientific reasons, I suppose, propulsion. How would propulsion work there in space? How would they move around? And, the astronauts, they go out for these spacewalks, and they got these these packs on their back, and how are they actually moving about? Because
Luckily, really luckily, you guys will be able to solve this in a few years because of SpaceX.
yeah, no, we're not buying into any of it. We know it's complete and utter fakery.
I'm talking about you guys believing on them. I'm talking about you guys using them as a space tourism, because they are going to do that.
But they've been saying this for how long? Since the moon landings, they've been saying this, that we're going to have moon bases and all sorts just on the moon and that. Richard Branson every sort of 10 years been trying to get people up there in space. And he's been. It's not that it's hard. It's that where is it? When's it's happening?
I don't know. But
Not in your lifetime, not in my lifetime. And you ain't going to Mars. We're not going to Mars. Elon Musk has just announced that he's going to put 1 million people on Mars. Really?
not sure.
People will buy this, but there's no evidence or proof that that's ever going to be happening.
For this, we cannot really say there is not ever that's going to be happening.
Well, yeah, but you believe in the things that they are going to space.
I'm a scientist.
All right,
I'm a
okay.
computer scientist.
All right.
So I deal well with numbers, and I deal well with trying to create things that don't exist yet.
Okay. Okay.
So
So
yes, maybe.
you're into 3D modeling and things.
I am actually. I do have one application that handles 3D models.
And I don't know if you've ever dabbled in it, like the solar system. Does that make sense to you, our solar system? Our solar system with the planets and all the motions that we're doing?
I can't really say because I've never studied that completely.
Right, because that would be a great one for you to model, because it makes no sense whatsoever. You know, like as I say, we are spinning 1,000 miles per hour. We are spinning.
Yep.
We are travelling round our sun at 67,000 miles an hour. Our sun is travelling at 500,000 miles an hour and corkscrewing, and and then our galaxy's travelling at another a few million miles an hour. It's like, and we've got the same stars year after year in the same place every
not,
year.
actually.
Every year.
It's not.
And Polaris is right there in the centre. You're saying it's not.
Actually quite easy to disprove.
So are the pyramids of Giza still aligned to Orion's belt? Still from, and when was that put there? The pyramids of Giza, perfectly aligned with Orion's belt. You're saying it's not, but we're doing all this corkscrewing and.
We have images of the stars from 2,000 years ago and from today, from
Yeah.
what astrologists create, and they don't align by like half. What's the name? Sorry, losing my English again.
Okay.
Degree.
Right.
And they misalign by like half a degree,
Yes. Okay.
which is like not perfect,
Right.
but that says that it's not the same.
The other thing as well is these stars are doing their own speeds and their own manner of different trajectories and different, and yet all from each other. You know, like, and yet you're saying it is moving slightly out. You know, like every year, and yet, okay. So is that you're saying that? Sorry, how many degrees per year?
I didn't say
It's not per year.
per year.
It's not per year.
I didn't say per
No,
year.
okay.
I did say that from the early images that we have,
Yeah.
from today,
Today,
they seem like half a degree.
half a degree.
Yeah, but that is over
So-
1,000 years.
Oh, sorry, we didn't have pictures 1,000 years ago. So how's that? How does that happen?
Awesome.
Yeah.
This is my boss.
That's your boss. He's looking into it. So is that a difficult one with your boss? That you would look into something like this?
No, he knows that I do pole dancing.
Oh, very good. Very good. We've got a friend, Lisa, and she does a lot of pole dancing and that.
Oh, introduce me to her.
Yeah. Well, she's type in what's it, YouTube, the Raw Poet, I think it is. You know, like yeah, something like that. And yeah, she does a bit of that. So no, it's. Is there anything else that kind of like other than is there anything else that says to you that you live where you think you live? Is there anything else?
What do you mean by where I live, where I think I
Yeah,
live?
that you're,
In the
as in on a
in the
globe.
place.
Yes, a ball, a globe.
Like just trying to think.
Because you come up with the Aristophanes before,
Yes, this is one of the things.
and you've mentioned. See me, I think that's just a story, fiction story.
But this can be tried.
Again, as I say, if the sun is a lot smaller and more local, the same maths the same results can be achieved.
But if the sun is also quite smaller and local, we can try to send something to it, like a rocket. You can try to build a rocket to send to it.
Yeah. If the powers that be and whoever they are creating this biggest lie, then maybe that they are going to keep us from doing that.
But you don't need to tell them.
But what I'm saying, yeah, but you can imagine how much that would cost on who's going to be doing that. You know, like so it's kind of like
I think the Flat Earth Society has some people that actually have the money to do that, and there is one guy that did.
then you've been misinformed. The Flat Earth Society is nothing more than the government website. It is misinformation and nothing to do with any flat earther I've ever met. You know, nothing to do with anybody.
So here is not related to the Flat Earth Society.
Nothing.
Worldlight.com.
Yeah. We're trying to start a discussion and get people to look. You just said that you're into science, okay? Okay, so I feel like that for you. I don't want to be rude, and I can't think of the right words. I would say that you were heavily indoctrinated, you know, like for this belief system. I don't know you personally, and I'm sorry, it comes off really rude and arrogant. I think, you know, like I just don't know the correct words to say to you. So I would say that you come off. You're indoctrinated. That's about as well as I can. So I'd find it would be harder for you to think that there could be. You could have been sold some lies. I think that would be too hard for you to research it in a unbiased way.
Because there is people screaming, sorry.
That's I'm a bit distracted as well.
There is one good thing that I think about science that I don't think it is nice about religion, and I need to put a little bit of religion on this. That is, science modes its views based on what's observed, and science modes its views by the things that we observe, and religion tries to ignore observation to keep the way.
Right.
If I treat science as religion, then yes, it will be hard for me to acknowledge life.
Yeah.
But treating science, as things that I can actually try to do,
Yeah.
then it's not.
Have you tried to challenge most of? See, I put them a set of beliefs that they sold us a set of beliefs. You know, like they sold us a belief of gravity. They sold us a belief of relativity. I mean, like at school, I mean, like which gravity did they actually sell me? Did they sell me the Newtonian gravity, or did they sell me the Einstein gravity? You know, like and
None. They sell none, because what Einstein described as gravity is different from what Newton described it, but also they were in different times.
Okay.
They could only sell you what they could observe and what they could try to infer.
so now that we've moved on to Einstein's gravity and all that, so did Newton got it all wrong? He was right as well.
Yes.
So we've got two people that think that gravity is entirely different.
And also right at the same time, of course.
That's-
because of different kinds of observations.
See, I see that just as a fancy story and it cannot be proved, and has never been proved. It's just a story, a fancy story that has been agreed by other people, but still not proved all the same.
That is true.
But I was still sold that as fact, where I was actually sold as fact the Newtonian gravity, apple falling on Newton's head. You know, like
Well, Newtonian gravity is something that you guys are selling there.
sorry,
Newtonian gravity is actually something that you are selling there.
okay,
Because you are selling, you cannot prove, but you can observe. You are selling, you've never observed the water being bended,
no, that's right, okay,
but you can observe apple falling.
okay. But could that just be like density?
Yes, it could. And maybe Newton only used the word gravity to describe that. Maybe.
Okay.
But just to show you that you are basically Newton.
Right.
You are defining something body can observe, but not by mathematical checks.
Yeah. So where does that fit in with Einstein's gravity and the bending of time and space? You know, like
Actually,
how?
yes.
That's the bit
You know about
I cannot
the-
grasp.
Oh, it's easy. So
And how could we possibly prove it? I mean, I've
can
seen.
try to display something with this, for instance.
Yeah.
So have you heard about the different? Forgot the name again. Sorry, just a sec.
It's okay. Sorry.
Dimensions.
Okay.
What happens if you are inside a two-dimensional thing?
Right.
Can you, in a two-dimensional thing, do one line that crosses both sides of a paper? If you
Okay.
are in one two-dimensional
So
thing.
right. So you can, I really don't. I would assume no, because we don't live in a 2D.
Yes.
So
Yeah. So this is just math.
just math.
Just math. You
I-
have two-dimensional, and you have a line here
Yeah.
on the paper.
Yeah.
It will end and begin in one side, but will not fit the other side of the paper.
Yeah.
But can you do this in a 3D space, creating only one line that covers both sides of a paper?
Okay. So
Can you or not?
I really don't know. I don't know. Stood here thinking right now. But look, this is something that you can put pen on piece of paper, and you can you can explain something there with that pen and bit of paper. But if you put that aside and then walk up to anyone on the street, can you prove to any one of these people that this is what's happening with the bending of time and space?
I can showcase them
So
using this.
and that's kind of not real then, is it? That's a belief system.
Well, I can say the same thing about mostly everything, because for each person, each experimentation is different.
Well, you've got the scientific method that can actually prove things, haven't you?
For this, the gravity of Newton would have worked because he proved it by watching.
By well, that wasn't the scientific method, was it? That was just an observation.
Metaphysics.
And he was trying to prove the density of the Earth, wasn't it? You know,
But he called it gravity.
but he called it gravity.
So if I say that gravity is the density of the Earth, gravity exists,
Yeah.
then yes, gravity exists.
Okay. See, that's the bit that I'm not buying, because then that would just be a belief. You're just deciding to accept that as that there could possibly be any other reason. That doesn't sit comfortable.
No, I'm not saying that I do believe in that.
Right. Okay.
I'm saying that the method that you guys are displaying by saying that because we cannot verify in a global scale or because of one person cannot easily prove,
Okay.
it does not exist.
Yeah.
And you are saying you can never see water bending as, sorry, what did you say to me when I was talking with the other girl? That I can never see water
you brought-
circling
okay.
or something.
And did you bring up? You brought up a water drop or something, didn't you?
Basically, we made numerous observations of the water bodies of water. And what we found is when we set a laser up from one point to the next point, for an example, when we did Brighton Pier to Worthing Pier, 9.6 miles. Yeah, there's one laser up there, 1 metre off the sea level, 1 metre up there. According to the globe Earth, with the circumference of 24,901 miles and a radius of 3,959 miles, there should be 38 feet of curvature between those 2 points. Yeah. Now, you shouldn't be able to see them lasers. What we did,
I
we
do
could clearly see
remember-
them from both observation points.
So, observation. You are doing observation. That's the same thing as I throw something to the ground and I say, well, this proves that gravity exists. It's observational.
Well, the Ptolemy model stood for 1,400 years, and that was before the theory of gravity was invented. Yeah, but that worked for Ptolemy. I mean, that model, the geocentric Ptolemaic system of astronomy, could fit every single astronomical observation from eclipses and whatever, yeah, for 1,400 years without the force of gravity. Because they believed in the ether back then.
Well,
Yeah. Why did they abolish the ether? Because they tried to prove the motion of the Earth by using an experiment called the Michael-Somore experiment in the 1890s. It was the only physical experiment they've ever done to try and detect the motion of the Earth. There's been a few more after that, the Ferdinand experiment, Aries failed. Well, that was a physical experiment to prove the motion of the Earth with ether. What they found is when they shot the light bulb one way, then they turned the other direction and shot the other way, they expected a slight difference in time. Yeah. What happened, the time was exactly the same. And what it did, it proved that there was no motion. But on the back of that, he actually abolished the ether. Instead of saying, all right,
wait. How? When was
that was back in 1890. Look up the Michael-Somore experiment.
on the 1890s? They couldn't have the technology to actually measure time on that particular scale.
So what Einstein did on the back of that experiment, they created his theory of general relativity. Yeah, that was built up on the back of that observation. Now, the actual military, to celebrate 100 years of the Michael-Somore experiment, actually repeated that experiment with new technology. If you look it up, it's in the Nature magazine from 1984, November issue, and what they did, they repeated the Michael-Somore experiment, but with better equipment. And guess what? It detects the ether. So every bit of science, it's never been mentioned. If you look up in the Nature magazine, every bit of science from that time was there, I can build up on the back of the theory of relativity. Yeah? But now they're saying it does exist.
And then
I like to read articles.
Yeah. I'm going to move on to everyone else. Thank you very much for talking to me. Yeah, like you've got a website in there and some videos to.
I like to talk.
Excellent, thank you. I'm just going to move on because there's a lot of people in here, and I don't want to stay with the same guy. I'm sure a better conversation with that guy might be, like maybe with Nora and that. But Dave's doing fantastic with him. Talking about his triangle thing, going to 3 destinations and that. I've come across that before, but I've not looked into it properly. I need to, so I can't really explain that. Hello, I am.
hello there. It's going cool, isn't it?
Yes.
Very much.
I'm just about to show.
Communication from a few people that are on their way. We've got other content makers on their way. So watch this space. I'm charging my phone because I went live and it died.
Right.
So not much I can do about that, but I'm trying to be on social media. I'm sharing our stuff on Instagram, sharing it on Twitter. So I'm trying to get the post out there so that people know what we're doing and that we're here.
Yeah.
So yeah, shout out to everyone that's messaged. Shout out to everyone that said they're going to try and come through. We'll be here till about 4:30, 5 o'clock. Yeah.
Yes.
So there's a good few hours for you still to come, and I'm doing the rounds and I'm trying to mingle and keep everyone sweet. And so far so good.
And where are we going after this?
We're going to Charlotte's meet up in Hellzoe in Birmingham. That's going to start at about 6:30. Charlotte was was in my chat room earlier on, so hopefully Charlotte or one of the mods can give the details for the new bar, because it's not in the S-Bar anymore, it's at a new venue. So if one of the mods can give the details for that in the chat room, that'd be ace. That's 6:30 this evening. And then next Sunday is Speaker's Corner from midday.
Awesome.
Got a nice menu, haven't we?
Busy bees.
New year, new start.
There you go. There you go. Let's have a little walk around. So Nora's here talking away. Dave's talking away. Got some newcomers here and they're talking away there. Everybody's having a go. How awesome is this? Look at this. Yeah. This is pretty awesome, guys. Yeah, we're doing really well. So we've created a bit of a buzz here. I think it's a good move, isn't it? Because we're under this shelter. It started to rain out there, so that was a really good move. And we're doing fantastic. Look at this for a little crowd. How awesome, eh? Oh, yeah, a bit rainy there. It is, we're questioning where it is that we live. See, when you were a little kid, teacher or mum and dad, they said, you live on that ball. And then you believed it.
Yeah.
Because why wouldn't we? They had credibility. We were young, impressionable. We didn't challenge it, and we just accepted it.
So what's your reason for it to be flat?
I tell you what, we can see land that we shouldn't be able to see. Can I grab one of them leaflets there, please? This one. This is my number one reason right now. I didn't realise. Obviously, we live 24,000 on this ball, 24,900 miles, okay, in circumference. So there would be a mathematical formula for the curvature drop.
Yeah.
Okay. So there'd be. That's common sense.
Okay.
And I don't know if you've ever come across it. I didn't know anything about it. It's based on spherical trigonometry. Okay, Pythagorean's theorem. Okay. It says for every mile there should be an 8 inches per square drop. Okay. Oh, sorry, for every mile squared there should be an 8-inch drop. Okay. So it goes 8 inches, 1 mile, and then it goes 32 inches, and it goes 72 inches, and it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger. So when, I don't know if you, I'll start there on the White Cliffs of Dover. So when you stood there, you know, in Calais, that's in Calais there, and then you can see the White Cliffs of Dover in the distance.
Okay.
But the highest peak is 350 feet, okay? But 300 feet should be missing based on that maths. 300 feet should be missing. But you can clearly see the entirety of the White Cliffs of Dover. All of it. So that's a bit odd, that is. So this here is a longest distance photograph. Okay. And based on that mathematical formula, 3 miles should be hidden. That's 273 miles. And you can see all this mountains and land range, mountain range in the distance. Okay. And we shouldn't be able to see it. There you got here, that's the Isle of Man.
Yeah.
2,500 feet should be hidden. Okay? And yet we can still see it. The highest mountain there is 2,000 feet. But 2,500 feet should be hidden. But you can still see it.
You say what? We're saying by the miles, right?
Yeah.
So for every mile you drop in a certain level, you drop a certain degree, right? He's saying because you're standing here, you can still see the Isle
So there's
of
a
Man.
mathematical formula, obviously, for the curvature of the Earth. Yeah.
But you know that when things are when the ships are on the horizon or anything, that the image of that ship can be projected just above the water, so you can see the ship before it actually comes over the horizon.
Rising 2,000 feet, bending round.
Light bends, doesn't it?
2,000 feet up in the air.
Well, I don't know how much.
So this one's light bends 3 miles high on that one. Could there be something that we've not learnt before?
But we have learned all of this before.
Have we?
Yeah.
Now,
You're actually going backwards in time, about 1,000 years.
We're going backwards.
Yeah.
How so?
Well, because Copernicus showed that the planets revolve around the sun.
Are you
And
comfortable?
everyone suddenly went, oh God, he's right. You know, we're ridiculous to think that we're the centre of everything.
Yeah.
It's very you know, in ancient times, it starts a very self-centred view of the whole universe, thinking that you're at the centre of everything.
Okay. So how does that prove that you're on a
It's
globe?
much more
Forget
sense
about that.
then.
How does that prove that you live on a globe? How does that prove that you live on a globe?
I know I live on a globe because
Because-
I've been around the world and I've never seen the edge of it.
The edge.
There is
Oh,
no
right. So
edge.
mockery now. That's your evidence. Mockery. You've
but
never
your
seen the
evidence
edge.
should be
I've never said there's an edge.
Your evidence should
Never
be
ever said
the
there's an
edge
edge.
of the earth. No, but
Why
if
would
it-
there
if
be
it-
an edge?
Well, if it's flat, then
Why-
there'd be
why-
an edge. I say it goes on forever.
What about the edge of space?
So if it
Where's
goes
that?
on forever, so why are there not
Where is the
people
edge?
now?
Space is forever expanding.
Forever
Space-
expanding.
The
Yeah.
Earth is
How
never
do we know
expanding.
that?
Because we've not, as you're saying, we've not
How
reached
do
the edge
we
of the
know
Earth.
never been to the
that?
edge.
How do we know that space is ever expanding and infinite? How do we know
There
that?
have been tests, specific tests.
No,
going on.
no, there is none.
There are.
No, there is none.
No, but who says
There is
these
none.
spaces are ever expanding?
The stories, there's good
but
stories,
you're coming up with false
theories and stories.
you're coming
Okay,
up with
okay. Even if that was a
straw man
story, how does
So,
it
so, so,
explain?
so,
How
so
do we-
we're just talking about an edge there. Who have you met that is claimed that there's an edge? Who have you met? I have never met anyone. Not one of these here has said that there
Okay,
is
so
an edge.
okay, so forget the edge then.
He
There's
just
no-
said that
so
there's an edge of Earth, or like a flat Earth.
So
or
there's
something,
no
an
edge.
Okay, so could it go? Well, I don't know. I've never been. Have you been to Antarctica? Right
I've
to
been
the
around the world.
Sorry.
been
So you went
around
to
the world.
Antarctica?
No.
Oh, you just right. Okay. So I mean,
Well,
like,
every
if
single
I
place
look, guys, I've just circumnavigated you lot, all of you, and you don't look like a sphere, a globe. No balls here. I just circumnavigate. I went round the Earth right now. I just went right
Yeah,
round.
but if you were to go round another way, then
you
it would
went in
start
that
creating a
direction,
sphere,
that'd be
wouldn't
far
it?
enough.
Has anyone ever done that? Let's say north to south.
people
That
have,
have gone over the North Pole, and it's one of the
Have you done
greatest,
that?
one of the greatest
have sailed
expeditions
around the
of
world.
the last expeditions of.
People
has
have sailed around the world and come back. To this.
Exactly what I just did then. I just sailed right round
No,
you.
you
I
sailed
went,
like
I went, I went
Australia.
round the continents. You was Australia, here was the Americans. And I went round all the
They
continents,
barely went
and I
5 feet
come
around.
back.
They went around.
Okay.
Okay. Have you ever climbed the mountain?
So look, guys.
I'm just saying. Have you ever climbed the mountain? Have you ever stood at the top of a mountain and looked over?
So
Have you ever climbed a mountain?
I've been up a hill, a big hill.
Right, no mountain.
Right.
Even a hill. Say for example,
Okay.
you'd
Just-
be able to see
would
the
you-
curve in that way. You'd see a curve.
Do you agree with that?
I think it's definitely
Yeah, you
possible.
can see a horizon, can't you? Which is the
curve.
curve, yeah.
A curve. So you all go for that. So okay. So when you're at 100, the Red Bull jump, for instance, okay, when you've got Neil deGrasse, Tyson, he goes online.
another point is,
Neil
just because
deGrasse
you can't
Tyson goes
see
online, and you
something
cannot
doesn't mean
see
it's
the
not true.
curvature from space.
The
He
basis of
says that you
knowledge
cannot
doesn't
see
just rest in what you're
but
able
you
to
can
see.
see it
That's
on
true.
land. How can you see it on land? It's not possible.
What do you mean? How can you
Earth
not
is
see?
meant to be. You can't
No, but
see
you can
the
see.
curvature on land.
If you look to the horizon, you can see as you can see the curvature.
How
You
do you
can-
explain the sun rising?
If it was flat,
Sorry, the sun rising. You mean the sun comes towards us?
No, it doesn't come towards us.
No, it comes towards us.
No, it goes above us.
No, this is indoctrination.
Listen to what I'm
This is
saying.
just repeating.
Listen to what I'm saying.
Whoa, yeah,
How do you
so-
explain the sun rising?
I just said it comes towards us.
Towards us,
What
and
do you mean
then,
it goes towards
so it goes towards us and backwards.
So there's atmospheric.
That's not an explanation.
Okay, well if I bear with me, there's atmospheric density in the atmosphere. Okay, right now.
No, you're confusing them. You're
Ah, you
confusing
haven't
the
let
whole
me-
issue.
Okay. So
Just
did I get to
explain,
finish?
explain the fact that
Just
the sun
doing it.
starts
Just doing
there
it.
and then
Just
comes
doing
up here.
it. Just doing it.
It's very simple.
Okay. So when the sun is in the distance, okay,
What do you mean by in the distance?
I'm not presupposing that we live on a ball. I'm not going to do that for you. I'm saying that sun
The
is
sun
on
is
a.
obviously the sun is in the distance because if it was any closer, we'd all be burning.
I will not speak to you one more time if you interrupt me, because I think
No,
you just
but,
told
no,
me.
no, no,
Yeah,
but, no,
that's
but
ignorant.
that's what you.
Ignorant.
No, no. What you
that's
do
ignorant.
is bombard people with useless.
You just asked me a question and I'm trying to answer you,
But
and
the
you
only way
have
you answer
not-
questions is by
Wow.
bombarding people with
Wow.
like really confusing
Okay.
things.
Well, you haven't let
So
me finish.
all I'm trying to say is
Is that a third? Is that a third?
simplify
Wow.
it.
Wow. I'm trying to.
Because people would listen to you
Wow.
if you
Wow.
didn't
Still doing it.
overcomplicate
Still
it.
going on.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just
No,
ignorant,
no,
isn't it?
I'm giving you your own medicine
No,
back.
not what medicine. I'm trying
This
to.
is how
explain-
you
Wow.
this is how you do it.
Again.
You talk out and you bombard people with these like ridiculous
So,
ideas.
is there a possibility that you have been? You are wrong. Is there a possibility?
Yes, there's a possibility that everybody's wrong.
Okay. Right. So let's start there.
We're not infallible, knowledgeable
Right.
creatures.
What actually informs you that you live on a ball? What informs you? And what age was that? when did you decide that?
Oh, those are
No,
images.
I've never decided that the Earth was round.
You just
I've
something you
accepted
knew.
it.
So it was a given.
Pretty
That's
much.
fair. That's fair. That's the same for me. It was a given up until 2 years ago.
No, it wasn't really a given, no.
Oh, okay.
You have your own theories as a child, you concoct fantasy imaginations about how the world works.
Indoctrination.
No.
Is it not programming?
No. You concoct your own explanations of the world. When
What,
you're
like
a
a self-evident thought? Having a
no, when
thought
you're a little
yourself?
kid, you just come up with how you think the world works, don't you?
Okay, but that's based on external information. You don't just come up with that truth, that self-evident thought for yourself. That comes from other information, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You come up with
Well,
that.
it's not just information. It's think about when you're a little. I'm talking
Indoctrination,
about
programming.
no. I'm talking about preschool.
Globe on every
Before. No. I'm talking about the timeline. So before school, before the indoctrination. Yeah.
Okay. So it's a belief.
You come up with. You have an imagination, don't you?
So,
As a little kid.
so it's a belief.
No, I was asking you to accept the premise that little kids have imaginations.
Right. So at what point did you investigate it for yourself to be sure that my imagination informed me of the truth?
No, I didn't say that. I'm explaining the process. So the start is you're born, yeah. You go and you sort of see the world around you, and you kind of have all these ideas, and you have a crazy imagination, don't you? And you come up with all these kind of things that exist. They don't really exist.
So my teacher actually put a globe in front of me.
Then you go
and
to
said,
school.
"Do you live on that?"
Yeah. Then you go
And
to
then
school.
I said, how are the people walking upside down? And
Yeah,
they
and
just
she
said, "Oh, yeah."
and she explained that gravity pulls towards the centre.
Another
of the,
story.
It is a story, but it's an explanation of how things work.
Very good. Very good.
If I was to throw my foot in the air, it will come down by what force?
By what
But,
force?
I mean, you're right.
The bending of time and space. Maybe that force. It's the bending of time and space, isn't it? Isn't that your answer?
There is a-
Relativity.
No. There is
no.
gravity.
Einstein was it come up with relativity, didn't he? So that what
Theory
you're going
of
to do down there,
relativity.
Einstein says that's due to the bending of time and space. That's your gravity.
That's no.
That's your gravity.
That's
Oh, no,
quantum.
you're talking about
That's
the
quantum
child
theory.
thing.
I'm talking about
You're
Isaac
talking
Newton's
about
the theory of the
child- you're
apple.
talking
When the
about
apple falls from the
Yeah,
tree,
they
that's
teach
due to
that. That's
gravity.
kindergarten. That's what they teach you for kindergarten.
And that's fundamentals
But
of science.
later on, they'll teach you special relativity, won't they? The bending of time and space.
Then how does that justify the sun coming towards us?
All right. Should you let me finish that?
Go on.
Because I tried to before, but that was
Go ahead,
ignorant
go
of me. Right, okay. So, I was talking about atmospheric conditions before, okay?
Right, okay.
I was talking about, what's it, density. Right here in front of us, right now, it's quite clear. You know, I can see all the colours here are crystal clear, but if I look into the distance, then colours get greyer and greyer and greyer and greyer. And it's because of density, air pollution, air particles and all that, and it gets thicker and thicker and thicker. Like, if I put my hand in a swimming pool, I can see my hand crystal clear, but I can't see the end of the pool because it's thicker, it's more dense, it's more dense, it's more dense. Okay? So when I see a sun in the distance, and due to the laws of perspective, you know, you all did art class, you know the way the perspective works, everything from the floor goes up to our eye level, everything from our sides comes into the middle of our eyes, everything in the sky comes down to your eye level. So you understand perspective.
Yeah.
That'd be an easy one for you. So as that sun goes out into our perspective, your perspective will be different from mine, will be different from yours, because it's your perspective, isn't it? Because like you'd be over there looking at a rainbow and I'd be looking at a rainbow a different way. It's your perspective. You see something a different way. Okay, so this sun it kind of fades in and it comes in, and due to compression that you were never taught at school, due to compression, perspective and angular resolution, look into them words and that.
I got you.
So what I'm saying is that, so this is when the sun actually comes towards us. It doesn't rise, it just comes towards us. It appears as though it's rising, but it's not. It's just coming towards
Can I
us
just-
due to angular resolution
I
and compression.
have a few things about that, right? First of all, the reason that you're going to be seeing the different colours and shades from that angle there is because of the way that light reflects off that. Yes, distance and probably hot particulates in the air will affect what you can see.
Okay.
But as well as that you were saying about
Yeah.
the rainbow curves for what reason?
Well,
There is a theory, right? Okay, no.
Yeah.
Right,
I mean, like,
have you heard of the Coriolis effect?
God. Okay. I've
Yeah,
been doing
okay.
this for a long while, and
That's
it's kind of a ridiculous argument, the Coriolis.
The Coriolis effect is a ridiculous argument.
Yeah.
That's the simple reason
Yeah.
to justify why the globe.
How far did you go
is
with the
fit.
Coriolis? What sort of stories did they
Stories.
Did
I've
they tell you?
studied
Okay.
it. So I know what it's like.
Maybe the sniper
Sniper?
bullet.
No, I wasn't a sniper bullet. We were talking about in terms of like throwing a ball, maybe potentially. But when you're talking
Yeah,
about
that works on a roundabout. That is Coriolis. That's true Coriolis in its pure form on a roundabout between 4 different people, throw the ball, turns round, catches to somebody else. You know, like Coriolis. I accept that. That's nothing wrong with that whatsoever.
But
But Coriolis
what I'm
of
saying-
Earth,
If the Earth was flat, there would be no such thing as Coriolis.
but there is none.
Simple as. What? How is there no Coriolis
Okay.
effect?
Can you tell us one?
So the weather is affected by the Coriolis effect.
Could it that you haven't learned yet?
No. It
What
is
were you
facts.
saying? No. Could there be?
Potentially yes, maybe
Right,
there
okay,
maybe
let's
another
leave it
theory.
there then.
But let's
Shelve that.
But then theories and scientific experiments have been proven the fact that Coriolis effect does affect pressures across the Earth, does affect how the temperature rises and falls, does affect different pressure regions across the Earth, and that itself is because of the way
How
the
in
Earth is shaped.
how in your mind is that? Was it Coriolis has told you that you live on a flat Earth? Sorry, a globe. How? How does that work?
Because
You
Coriolis
can
wouldn't
see
exist on the
Coriolis.
globe. You can't.
So when
It's the same reason you can't see an atomic particle.
You know what?
But atomic particles have been found.
Do you know Neil deGrasse Tyson?
Yeah.
All right, okay. Because he said, like that. Well, the American football team and all that. He said when they threw, that ball,
Yeah.
and the Earth was spinning, below it, that Coriolis took effect of that ball, and he scored. Was it a perfect touchdown or something? That's
Yeah,
what he
I
said.
heard that. Yeah.
Do you buy that? Coriolis, same thing. So would it be?
Yeah, it affects. It works.
Would it be the same with a helicopter rising, hovering there, and the Earth spinning 1,000
helicopters
miles an hour below it?
A helicopter is working by different forces. It's powered by a propeller, which balances the forces of the what's it called? I don't know what the word is, but it balances the forces of the incoming and the outgoing forces, which balances making it hover, right? And including that, right? So if you were to throw a ball from a dam, like a very high dam, it's been tested. If you throw it, it would go straight down, right?
Okay.
Right? But because of the Coriolis effect, it curves. It will curve that way.
It's called the Magnus effect.
It's the Coriolis effect. Same thing.
Check it out. It's the Magnus effect.
Even if.
And
but
the
it's
Magnus
still,
effect is the same for sniper rifles and all that. It's the Magnus effect.
Okay, if that's the Magnus effect, even then, if it was alright, so if your Earth is to be flat, right, there is no such thing as gravity. There is nothing that's just a theory. It will just fall straight down. That's what I'm saying. By your theories that you told me, it will just fall straight down. There would be no such effect of gravity. or that
Okay. Yeah.
Magnus
But
effect.
that's. I mean, hang on. We've got wind and pressure and all sorts. That are amongst all of that. So when you think, things would just go straight down. Well, that depends on their density, doesn't it? Whether they're heavy enough to get past any wind that was blowing it around and stuff. If I put a light beach ball and drop it off a dam, it's not just going to go straight down, is it? It's going to go all over the place.
That's by
before it gets down.
gravitational force that it falls. That's part of density as well.
Something. So your gravitational, your argument to that is Newtonian for every force. Was it 2 forces
Yeah,
pulled
there's
together?
equal opposite forces.
Yeah. Okay. So that's the bit that you can't prove. That's the bit that it's just a great story.
That's been proven.
How? When?
By multiple experiments.
When? Oh, I've not found. I've been doing it for a few years. I've not found any. What
You've
was
not
the
found a
proof?
balance of force.
No. We're talking about gravity there. When was that proven? Who proved that? What
just prove
scientific
that.
method has ever been proven that the existence of gravity? When?
There are many. I can't spit them off my head just right now. There are many.
Well,
I'm telling you simply.
I'll try when you get home.
Yeah, I will.
Other than going into beliefs and pseudoscience, look for actual scientific method proof that the existence of gravity. See how it falls short.
We'll see about that.
This would be the big. Well, okay. If you cannot find anything, will you go to this website on our leaflet and check out some videos? If you cannot find anything. Because that would be like,
Yeah, you know what?
because it'll be a punch in the face, basically. You go, fucking hell, I can't believe this.
I will find
Sorry
it.
for swearing.
No, that's all right. I will be able to find it. That's the thing. So if you give me a leaflet,
Right.
and there is proven facts of gravity.
Yeah.
There is.
We couldn't find any.
The thing is, right? Like you're saying about the sun would not just come to you, man. The sun is due to gravitational force. If the sun was coming to us, that would mean the Earth's gravitational force is way more powerful than the sun, and everything rotates around the sun. And these planets in the solar system.
There's quite a few videos on YouTube of the sun just disappearing, getting smaller in the distance. And if it was 93 million miles away, why would the sun ever shrink in the distance? It wouldn't shrink. But there is lots of evidence, sightings of that.
I believe that's due to rotation, though. Like the moon. The moon can be small and the moon can be large sometimes, depending on the rotation of the Earth and its positioning in the axis.
The ellipse.
Yeah.
Okay, but it's meant to be 93 million miles away, the sun. We would never notice any. It's between 93 million and 91 million miles away, and we would never see or detect that shrinkage. We would never see that.
I've never heard of it shrinking.
No.
I mean, I can check it out,
But it does,
I've never seen
which
it.
is kind of a bit weird, I mean, it should. I'm saying it does because of it would be small and local. I mean, it's a bit of a coincidence that this sun, when we look in the sky, it looks exactly the same size as the moon, doesn't it? The sun. So the moon, we have eclipses and that, and it's perfect. It's the same size. But coincidentally, the sun's 400 times bigger and 400 times further away.
That's due to distance, though.
That's such a coincidence. That's a perfect distance away.
That's due to distance. Like, I could say this guy right here walking past me, right now he looks pretty tall. The further that he goes, her look. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Someone like him right now, he looks the same size to me as him, but he comes close. He's coming bigger. Therefore,
perspective.
Yeah, exactly. Which is what I'm saying. But
Yes.
therefore, because it's further away, it will look smaller. But because the moon itself is infinitesimally smaller than the sun.
So it's 93 million miles away. That's so based on the kind of maths, what they say, and it fits perfectly with their 400 times bigger, 400 times further away. And you think about that for a second. Is that what proof? Where is that evidence? Where did they ever get? That would be another one. That would be another punch on the nose. You look for that proof, that evidence. That would just be another belief. It'll annoy you, but you'll find out it's a belief. And a lot of this was it science that we kind of, as Matey said there, that it was a given, a kind of like we grew up just knowing something, You'll find that a lot of this were just stories and agreed theories and beliefs.
Yeah, but there was a time when people considered the Earth to be flat, and then scientists, whatever, they figured out the Earth wasn't flat.
Yes.
And now you're sort of going back.
That's what
Oh no, we'll challenge it because we don't know. We're just challenging it and asking questions and getting you guys to re-examine what it is that. Because I'm saying that we've all been indoctrinated, we've all been programmed to just know this and believe this with no actual proof. I can't walk up to anyone here in this park and say, I can prove they live on the globe. I don't know where to begin. I don't know how to do that other than give them my beliefs.
Right. Have you ever been to sea?
Yeah, quite a lot.
Okay, so when you're in the middle of the ocean and you look around you, do you see everything miles away? Can you see the entirety of islands around you?
We were talking about atmospheric conditions before. I mean, so things just disappear to atmosphere. And remember, I mean, them islands, they get smaller and smaller and smaller due to perspective. They'll just be pinpricks that are smaller than pinpricks.
There's a clear horizon. Like, you can see it over there. There's like a horizon. That can only happen if there's a curvature. The fact that there's a horizon, there's something.
So if there is a curvature, right now, based on perspective, your eye level, what we were talking about before, perspective comes up to your eyes, okay? So when we go up and we get a little bit higher, because it's bald, that ball should be falling away from us. So as we get higher and higher,
we would have to go really high to even notice.
Maybe 37,000 feet in an aeroplane? Could that be higher? And we could see the curvature, see it falling away? And if it was, why is it still up to our eye level? Why is the horizon still at your eye level? At 37,000 feet?
No, the horizon's not at your eye level.
It's not, is it not?
No, it's not.
So when you go into your aeroplane, you sit down, you see, is the horizon not at your...
Because you'll be at a certain distance. If you go above it, especially if you're in space, you can see the curvature of the Earth. If you reach that, I can't remember what it is, when you reach the top of it, the top of the Earth, just before you reach to space, you can see the pure curvature of the Earth.
Yeah.
And that's not at your eye level. That's not at your eye level.
I thought that. I believed in all of that. But when we send up our own, weather balloons now, our own kind of balloons, and we go up to about 120,000 feet, we see, without the fisheye lenses that everybody else uses on their GoPros, we do them without fisheye lenses and all that, and we see a flat and level horizon. That's all of our own kind of like research, our own results. You can go on YouTube and find hundreds and hundreds of people doing this. Loads of but you get it from NASA and from Red Bull Challenge, doing that silly jump that he supposedly did, and you see the whole Mexico is somehow as big as the whole circumference of Earth. I don't know if you've seen that, it just looks ridiculous. Yeah. Mexico is as big as the whole of Earth because it's a fisheye lens. We are so programmed to actually believe that we're on a board that has never been proved. We're just saying, guys, look.
Have you proven it's flat?
There would be so many systems that wouldn't work if the Earth was flat.
I think you're going to find it's the other way around, that there's so many reasons and so many anomalies on what is wrong with this, what we were taught. It's the other way around. But you don't know this, you haven't researched this. Look, let me give you one. You're not brothers, are you?
Huh?
Right, so you do live with each other.
No, we hang out.
No, we
There
hang
you
out.
go. So you have one each then. Thank you.
Nice, man. We'll agree to disagree for now.
Yeah, there's a,
See the common sense of it all.
we just want to.
Like I said, we'll agree to
We
disagree.
want to bring you guys to the table for you to debunk it yourself,
Oh, you-
to find
these
out
guys
what
make-
all the reasons
sorry,
are and debunk it.
Yeah.
We do, you know, like I know me on the street is not going to convert you into being a globe
Can't
denier,
force
flat earth.
anybody on it. You've got to.
We just want to bring you to the table and know that look, science and what you were taught, it's got problems. There are so many mistakes in it all, and we want you to just re-examine it yourself. Because I can almost guarantee that when you accepted that you live on a board, because it was a given from your school, parents, whatever, that you never properly re-examined this. You just decided along the way and programmed like the rest of us that we believed.
We're just trusted, you know what I mean? We're just trusted what we're
Do
being
you
told
believe
was
the
true.
Earth is like the
No,
planet's
like I said, I'll agree to
giant
disagree
piece
for
of
now
land?
because I'm not.
Is that what you believe?
Say that again?
Do you believe the Earth is actually
I
flat?
don't-
You don't know.
I don't
Do you have any
beliefs.
theories?
I do not do beliefs or theories or anything like that. I think that we can talk about it, but I do not hold any beliefs. I think that's silly, isn't it?
But you have the belief that it's not round.
Oh, no, I know it's not round.
You know it's not round.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. But do you have any idea what shape it might be though? None at all.
It's observably flat, looks flat. I'm not sure how long that goes for.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I only really know what I was basically told in school,
Yeah.
which is it's a globe. And I was told the evidence for it, and I never really
Same
thought
here.
twice about it. I
Same
just
here.
went along, just like, and that's the same with most people.
Seems credible, seems okay, but I think it's worth examining now. You're an adult now, I mean, and you can critically think for yourself now.
Yeah.
So, yeah, as I say to everybody, just re-examine this. This is something that needs to be discussed.
Yeah, it's on sure. But anyways, you're not showing us that. So it's therefore a theory that things are upside down on the side. Because there's no observable proof. Yeah, because they're saying the scientific evidence.
Yeah. So it was a good move in here in the end, wasn't it?
But therefore it's second-hand information. Because we're getting the information from the astronauts. Do you understand?
So that's proof on their side.
It's second-hand information. It's like me saying to you, what's the old saying that Harry used to say? Was I right in the Loch Ness Monster? If I said to you, I was right in the Loch Ness Monster yesterday,
Yeah.
and I give you a cartoon, it's proof. Would you believe this? And would you take my word for
No,
it?
but in that same retrospect, right? Do you believe in atoms and particles?
Atoms.
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 No,
and
you can't see atoms.
neutrons.
We're made of atoms. You can't see them.
No.
You can't see what's right here. There's oxygen particles in the air. That
I
we
know
can't
that
see.
There's a certain amount of faith
But
to
we
have.
believe
Yeah.
we can. That we take in oxygen, but we can't see oxygen.
Everything they say, everything's atoms in it. Everything's broken down into atoms. The sea is atoms. Everything's.
Yeah, but you can't see that. So what's your proof? What's your proof for not being able to see it but believe it?
I think then for me then I have to put that on the shelf somewhere. Put it on the shelf because you're right. I can't prove that atoms exist. So until I'll just accept. I'll go along with it. I'll put it on the shelf and I'll have to re-examine that at a later date. I can't do anything better than that.
Like I said, I'll look into it. But yeah, we'll agree to disagree for now.
No, definitely. Oh no.
Clean your common sense, but
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, try and research this. Look at them videos on that website first. Okay, try and research this in a unbiased, because this is the hardest part that you guys are going to find, to try and research it in an unbiased way. Because you're going to, and then I want you to just debunk it.
Do you believe? No. Do you think it's a globe?
I think it's a globe.
And how do you know that though? Just playing devil's advocate now.
Oh, we've been through this back and forth. Bro.
Well, no, it's okay. Yeah.
I just believe it.
Nice talking to you guys.
No worries.
You know, like, that's all
No,
right,
it's
that'll
fine.
do.
It's all right. Yeah.
Cheers, everybody. Cheers.
Take care.
Cheers. There we go, that was interesting. Really good. Yeah.
I'll put a bit of common sense in there.
Yeah, no, it's a good conversation though. I mean, like, at least they're open-minded enough to examine that.
You say you can't change someone's opinion in 5 minutes.
5 minutes, you can't.
You've just plant the seed in it.
Yeah. And it might not be anything that we've said here today. It may be the fact that a year down the road somebody else has to talk about
Or
it.
even just something clicks. Someone will just click in their brain one day and they're
What
like,
about
oh,
spreading the message in it? That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
Transferring the vibration. It's been quite a few people on it.
Yeah, no, we went through quite a few there.
What was it like the last time? It was good up here, was it?
Yeah, it was an amazing day.
Sorry, like,
If I remember right, I think it was a little bit like this. I think it was a bit drier.
It does put people off.
And the thing is, you see how many people are walking on that bridge. And of course, it was a great place to be.
It's a good idea coming on here.
Yeah.
You live streaming?
I am.
How many people are watching?
Oh, I don't know. There's 64 at the moment.
64, yeah.
You know.
What are they saying?
That's a crowd of people.
That's a crowd. They're saying, "Who's this guy here?" Explain yourself.
Yeah. I think we should get the foghorn in the last hour. Yeah, first class. Being lied to.
Since you've been here, has anybody like Mal Docker?
No, it's very rare. Maybe one or two people, through the course of the day. Let's have a quick look and see who's here. I'm just going to scroll back. I didn't realise I was quite cold, but I've just lost the use of my hands. Let me just have a quick look. Okay, so hi Kieran, I can see you here. Mighty Atom, hi. Thomas, oh God, now I need glasses. Hi, I'm getting old, falling to bits here. Thomas, what's it? AIDS. I can barely, sorry. Ricardo, hi Ricardo. Oops, hiya, I'm really sorry. I'm just, sorry, I need to stand somewhere. I just stood on a little kid. Not good. Oh, is there Dolly? I'll say hello a bit. Hiya, Dolly.
Hi. How are you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Having a good start.
It started off really kind of a bit slow, and then all of a sudden, everybody all at once. Yeah, you got swamped right away.
Yeah, I had a few interactions.
Is that girl there?
Hi.
Doesn't she look different?
The cold.
The cold. Awesome. Hi, Robin. Got Robin there as well.
Hi. I know what Shockboard is.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll say hello again. So yeah, hi Robin. See you there. Effie Viking. Hi buddy. Pool Dog Bear. Hi there, buddy. And we've got Christopher Lees. F.E. Barracuda. And Kieran. Oh God. Astrophy. Hi there, buddy. And Voyage Horizontal. Hi there. And Waxman. Hi there. So there we go. Who else have we got? We've got Roxanne's.
Within our atmosphere. So if you look at the corner stuff.
Hi, UK Truth. Hi there, buddy. Sorry, one of these days I'll get a new phone, and because the microphone doesn't work on the opposite side, or not as well.
So all these you see.
You know, dear.
Awesome. It's a good turnout. Some of the council workers over there. Luckily, we've been left alone. I thought we might get moved on here. That's okay. There's a conversation here. Sorry guys, I'll try and be respectful and not put them directly on film right away.
We came over to the ice barrier, and then on the other side he claims find land, the area the size of the United States, on the other side of the pole from Middle America. So really on the globe there we should be getting an area the size of America in the Indian Ocean, but we don't see that. He also said that he found coal, gas, oil and uranium. Then he backed off the uranium and he said, well maybe not uranium because it's no decent place on earth now. So he reckoned he found another landmass on the other side, yeah. And he said this on TV, so I mean
after that, then they did the Antarctic Treaty, so no independent explorations allowed down there, 60 parallel, without permission. Yeah, you can pay a lot of money, go to this area here, see the barbershop pole, see the penguins, and then you go back, and that's it. But then people have got compasses at the South Pole Barber's Pole, and go more south over there, and they go, oh yeah, but this is the nearest we can get to it. Does it make sense? So, there's a lot into it, so most
It goes so deep.
so your friend there who's looking into it, he's into it. Well, that's it. Have a good chat with him about it and see what he knows. And just try and see on the spinning ball going through into space. And all you'll find is
It's too bad because I'm a chemist and that's all I've been taught is the opposite. So I still, well, I've not talked deeply with him about it yet, but I still don't believe it. But from what you're saying now and what I'm speaking about, I'm sure we'll have some interesting discussions. That's what we want.
all we're saying, we just want to plant seeds and get people to look into it for themselves. And don't believe us, you've got to go and have a look and see it for yourself. That's all we're saying.
Well, I hope one day people can see that. Not yet.
Put on your mind.
Did you get a leaflet? He's got a leaflet.
Yeah, he's got one. Just asking if you want questions.
Coming a bit late on that one because it sounded like a really good conversation.
Yeah, I had one with an Asian guy then, but he was getting a little bit, as you're aware of, a bit triggered and getting a little bit angry. But he even admitted in that, gravity is a theory, so
yes,
that's all we can do really, is just try and plant seeds around it.
And how do you explain, was it this part? Was it about an edge or infinite space, or
we don't know?
You don't know.
This is that's all we can find out. We know that that's a cartoon, the same as that one.
Yes.
Yeah. So
definitely.
I would never say
this is
where you live.
It's an explanation. That's as far as what we're
it's
doing.
a demonstration. Yeah, that's all I tried to stress to people because I don't want people to go right. Well, that's another cartoon that we're in. How can you prove that? How can you prove there's an ice barrier? How can you prove there's
I've never been there.
Some people have never been there. We don't know. We don't know the dimensions without full explanation. So I mean, I wouldn't actually promote these maps because we don't actually know.
No, that's right. I feel like when people come here for the first time, they haven't got a clue what you're talking about. You have to have that conversation to start that off. But you just explained it well. Look, this is just a cartoon. We're just talking about how north and south would work. It's a cartoon.
And how natural physics of water behaves, stuff like this, actual objective science, and reality in a way, what we experience and stuff like that. Again, like you said, it's an explanation. We can tell them about flight paths, stuff like that on this. What beyond that we don't know.
Be clear with them. Hang on, I don't think that this is the edge.
Every time I have to look at that map, because we know that it's not.
And that annoys me, but I want to show them this.
Exactly. So, I mean, at the end of the day, all we can say is what we know and what we experience. Everything else will hopefully click into place by themselves. So,
throw the beliefs out the window.
Yeah. I mean, that's good. It's a good map to show them flight paths and stuff like this.
Yes,
how they work. But again, we don't know the dimensions. We don't know if that's it.
Well, there you go. So we're not doing beliefs. We're not saying that's where we live. We're not saying we live there. We're just kind of we're using it as explaining maybe north, south, east, west, flight paths. Yeah, this is a good day. And they've been giving out. We've got to make sure we're still giving out. Some of David's cards. Keep forgetting. Are you exchanging photos and things?
Just showing him my.
I'm down with me. Because I tell you what.
I've seen that bus there before.
That's the model.
That's the model. He did a good job, didn't he? I thought that was it.
Looks like he's back from against the wall.
You know what? I'm down. I got artists.
Ruben, you did an awesome job there. I thought that was the actual bus. Or maybe I need glasses, I don't know. But it looked good, that did. Alright. This is awesome. Sorry guys. Oh, it's nonsense, this, isn't it? Oh, it was at first when I come across it. I just thought this was crazy. But once you start looking into it and you start asking questions and trying to answer some of these questions, that's where it all kind of falls apart. You know.
I've done this experiment actually.
Which one's that?
The Cavendish experiment.
Have you tried to do
the
what?
torsion pendulum? I actually did it.
So you tried to find out the density of the Earth?
No, just the strength of the force of gravity.
Which is a 50 millionth to 1. How did you manage that?
I can't remember.
Laser mirrors.
Yeah, it's just
laser mirrors.
Trying to
Is that what you had back then?
So you take two balls and they're going to attract each other.
Yeah.
Does that happen?
Yeah.
I've never seen that happen. Does that happen?
We can show you just
I
one
mean,
day come to the lab.
it's harder to see for small masses, but it's clear for the Earth. I mean, you feel gravity pull you down.
So I'm a bit lost though, because doesn't Einstein say that it's the bending of time and space? Is
Space-time curvature, actually, yeah.
Okay, so it's not two masses being attracted to each other?
No, they bend, those two masses
curve
bend space-time together so that the
How do we prove that?
There's actually a lot of experiments that you can prove.
That
just by-
space-time is real? Really?
Space-time is real, yeah.
How?
Absolutely, no, there's
Okay.
this from the...
It's a mathematical concept, you know that?
It's a mathematical concept, but you can prove
But it's
it.
proven.
So the main two consequences of space-time and space and time merging together is time dilation and length interaction.
Sounds like a great story. How do we prove it?
So basically, the faster you move, the slower time passes for yourself.
Okay.
Actually,
And you can actually prove it by measuring how much time particles take
And you
to
can do
decay. Yeah.
I can do that, and you can do that.
yeah, literally, muons from cosmic rays coming to the
Sounds like a lot of
atmosphere.
beliefs to me
No,
that
no,
you
no.
need in place.
They decay at around like
Yeah.
very little time, and it's
One
very
millionth
surprising.
of a second.
Very surprising that we actually see any here.
Yeah, because they would die before getting to the Earth
Exactly.
Sorry, from where?
from the sun.
From the sun, 93 million miles away.
Yes.
They actually
Exactly, and they decay in precisely 1 millionth of a
How do we know
second.
it's 93 million miles away?
Quantum mechanics says that.
Oh, it's quantum
no,
mechanics now
Yes.
says that.
that the sun is
Really?
No.
I thought that was. I
That
thought the
it's-
93 million miles was kind of before we knew about.
No. I mean, quantum mechanics tells us that muons take about 1 millionth of a second to decay. So basically, solar rays come from the sun.
Yeah.
They hit the atmosphere and they produce a bunch of particles.
Yeah.
And those particles get to the Earth, but they don't have enough time to get to they wouldn't have enough time to get to the Earth. So how is it possible that we see them?
Okay.
And that's precisely because time goes more slowly for those particles because they are moving really fast.
Right.
Yeah.
So are these particles? Are they kind of real particles or waves?
They're actually real. No.
They're actual particles.
You get a bubble chamber, which
Okay.
just has like a vapor of alcohol, really.
Yeah.
And this travels.
And whenever a particle hits it,
You see it.
you actually see the path it goes through.
So this was at the speed of light coming from the sun.
It's not the speed of light. It's about 90% of the speed of
Exactly.
light.
Okay.
No, you actually see the trail it leaves because the alcohol kind of evaporates in that part where the particle's passing,
Okay.
and you see the cloud and the trail, and you can really identify which kind of particle it is.
Yeah.
If you put a magnet, for example, if it's a charged particle, the particle will start spinning.
Are
and
you,
can
are
actually
you not
see the
presuming a lot of things?
Like what?
Like, I mean, on your maths and that. Are you not presuming that all this?
Well, we do assume certain things, but then the real beauty is that you can design experiments and try to actually see this.
Okay.
And once you
What's
confirm,
that? What sort of experiments is that?
well, it depends
So,
on what your theory
for
is.
example,
I'm just trying to get down to this magical number of 93 million miles away, because it used to be 12 million miles away, then it went to 26 million miles away, and then they said, oh no, it's not, it's now 93 million miles.
I don't-
They keep changing their mind.
I don't know.
And if it's based on maths, you know, like
It is not based on math. It's based on observation.
Yeah, it's based on measurement.
it's
Yeah, we need to go to Trafford.
Yeah.
We're going to United
Guys,
States.
did you get a leaflet anyway?
Don't worry.
Have you tried to look in and tried to debunk this?
I'm actually
I will
going to
try
take a picture of
debunk
this.
Please
this,
do.
actually.
And go off to them. Yeah, take one of them. Cheers, everybody.
Oh, we need to go to Trafford. Okay.
Yeah, a little bit beyond me talking about particles coming from the sun. So maybe you guys can look into that one. You're right.
It doesn't matter to me. And that's what you always need to get. It doesn't affect me.
Yeah, still got a few conversations going. Gore. Seems like there's a lot of very educated people out here today. So I think that's the problem, isn't it? It's their program with a set of biases, and but I do hope that they can challenge this and look into it a little bit more. So this is more of a flat Earth meetup, this part, or a globe denied meetup. You guys look as though you're having some fun. Yeah. It starts off with a great conversation. It just it just starts a conversation. Yeah.
Just looking out to see.
And that's all this is for, and all that's for, it literally is to just spark
just look this up.
Because it's hard work. You put that down and just go and have a conversation with someone.
That's hard, isn't it?
That's hard. To hand that out and
box it up, isn't it, nicely?
Yeah, I think so. Awesome. She didn't say society though, did she?
What's that?
She just said flat Earth. That was it. That's okay.
I didn't see the flat
Okay.
Earth.
Oh, it just bugs me to her when they go straight there.
I says, look, I says, I'm not telling you, I know all the answers. I say, but we're seeing it's level with us, you know what I mean? So that's all you can do, really.
Is this the first time that you guys have ever been out doing this sort of thing?
Yeah, first proper time. Like I couldn't see the last time when he's walked over in England.
Yeah, all right, yeah.
I come for about half an hour because I had the kids, So, but this
Where's that, Newcastle?
Yeah. That was the one that I missed.
You missed that one, obviously.
Because I've got friends over there now. Kind of like it was one that.
Like I say, things happening now, but it was all right. This has been a lot busier the day.
Yeah.
I never got to that one. Like, this is the first time for me. So
He told me about it. He told me about the flat.
No, we were talking about that. Anything that goes wrong in your life now, it's all his fault.
That's why he's here for, because he feels guilty. I feel guilty. I have to take him. I'll tell him about it. Like I said, I've always been an education rebel, like from being the first day I walked into school, I just rejected it totally, and now I'm back to tell you
why that you reject it now, though, don't you?
Oh yes, definitely.
And the thing is, it's probably science now has become probably more of an interest now.
Definitely.
Hang on.
I learn more now than when I did then.
Yes.
Some first-hand science.
I actually enjoy it now.
I accept that there's an awful lot of my science indoctrination that I don't know.
Yeah.
That might be a plus. I don't know, but
definitely.
But I'd like to know a little bit more, because I've just had a few conversations with guys that kind of know a lot about science, and I can't really lead it or go anywhere. It's
they can't prove what they're saying, really.
No, that's right.
Show us.
But they're just talking about beliefs and stories again, and I think they're under the impression that they can prove it.
But it's just repeating what they've been told.
Do you live on a ball? Are you sure about that? Certainly. Can you prove it?
No.
Regurgitation. So, is there a possibility? Do you think you might be able to get out and do something like this yourselves in the future?
Yeah, I might
get a few people together.
I'm happy to take it more locally. Obviously, I don't drive enough. Maybe like Newcastle City Centre or something.
Is that easy for you in the city? I found my own stretch, my own turf. That's the hardest part. I have to go about 5 miles out the way.
It's right in the right corner, isn't it? You know what I mean? It's where you from?
Down Paynton Way, Devon.
Oh, Devon.
It's supposed to be harder to speak to people like more than.
Because I've had quite a few businesses put down there, so I feel like there's an awful lot of people that know me, and I feel as though I couldn't get past a particular conversation. Zero credibility on.
It's hard to speak to people you know.
It's harder.
I could do it on a one-on-one, but I'd feel as though I'd get mud thrown at me.
You know what it is? It's just getting the stuff together, to go out. You've got your banners and things like that.
We're gonna we're gonna make that easier. I'm in the middle of updating the website, the Global Fly website. When people click on that element, they get automatically sent to FE Start, because the other one's getting updated in the background. But once that's done, there should be a tools to buy. At cost, I won't be making a penny on it, it'll all be at cost. But I'd rather 1,000 people get out there and, But there'll be like the banners will all be there, even Robin came up with a great idea to have a one-stop, a one-man activism. You know, like to just pull up.
One stand.
Yeah, one stand, put it in the corner, in your dinner break, get a few leaflets out and have a chat. I think I like it. It's really good. You know, like so.
It all helps, even if you get one person.
We're going to try and put so many different banners on the website as well, all different types.
I'll buy some.
You know, like and maybe I'll have a few different types of leaflets on show there as well, and you'll get all of this, the banners, the leaflets, these one-stop things at cost straight from the manufacturer. You know, like so it won't come to me, it'll just go straight out to you guys.
That's what I was struggling with, obviously finding places that get leaflets and things like that, you know.
Because like myself, I mean, like I put them together in 2 minutes on on the computer, and like I just need
printing them out, whatever. No, they're good, like that's what you need. A lot of people have taken these.
I kind of refined it a little bit, just there's a few elements on that you can have a good conversation with. But if you were designing one, in the back of your mind, you might have an idea, say, well, I like talking about this specifically, something else.
I know what you're saying. Like I say, everything's on there really that you need.
I like talking about that and that.
Yeah.
You know, which is
it's a good one, isn't it?
I think, yeah, fantastic.
It's
and I love throwing that one in there for a quick.
No, it is. I tried to find that, and I couldn't find them.
Yeah, no, it's all been closed down now.
I'm trying to research them too. You know, like the same things.
It was when I started. You know, like, but I can't find stuff now.
You know, there's definitely things in there.
Yeah, of course they are. And it's not a Mandela thing. They are messing around with things.
It proves to me more when they were trying to censor it that it's true. You know what I mean?
No, it's been good.
Just on a spin again.
That's awesome. I love seeing new people come and then engaging.
Oh, it's brilliant.
Because like, when I started, you know, like, and you know, with Harry, we got there on the street. I had my arms crossed, and I just watched everybody doing it, and I couldn't bring myself to do any of it.
No, it's just confidence in it.
Well, it's confidence. But the thing is, well, I recognise and see that there's so many better people out here that can communicate so much better.
I like the same, man. I'm the same. I'm not the best communicator. I'm terrible at writing, you know, on the computer.
But I still think I've got a place here because if I can do this, anyone can do this.
Yeah, do you know what
Anybody
it is?
can.
We all bring different strengths to the table. Do you know what I mean? There's nobody better than anybody else. You know what I mean? We've all got our own topics.
Right. That's right.
You know, like I'm not the best at this. You know, he's more detailed. I'm more about common sense.
The thing is, you might just reach somebody. You know, like that's someone who's really educated about all this can't reach, but you've reached them.
Yeah, definitely.
Just by putting it simple.
Personality or whatever, basic, simple.
It's all.
Yeah, just common sense. That's it, isn't it? Keep it simple, stupid. KISS.
Sometimes you do it as well, the better you'll get at interacting.
Yes, you get more confident.
Colin just went for some.
Yeah, the kids is I don't know. The kids are sometimes receptive or sometimes bloody ignorant. And
the big starts saying stupid stuff.
Yeah, I've had both ends. He might be up for a conversation, matey, over there. He's been hanging around.
Big Pharma don't make money out of it. When are they going to make money out of it?
There you go. Oh, as you see, quite busy here. In a bit. Hi, Clive. Who else we got? Hi, Amanda Panda. Kill the beast. Right there, buddy. And Dr. LA. Hi there. Oh, let's see. Anyone else there? I have said hello to a few people. Oh, hello. These lads are doing absolutely brilliant today. They're doing fantastic. I think the main thing is that whether you have technical knowledge or whether you keep it simple, I try and keep it as simple as possible myself, you know, like. But I think a lot of it is personality. As long as you're likeable, that wins over a good discussion. Just being likeable. Yeah. Just trying to find some leaflets.
My dad said hello.
Yes,
I think
yes.
he's watching.
I did see him, and
Where is he?
he'll probably say hello any minute now. Go on, just say.
Wax man.
Yeah.
Is he there?
He was before.
I'm just looking for Red Pill Phil. He's on his way, I think.
Oh, is he? I thought he was bringing you here.
There he is. Hi, Dad. No, he was, but I think he was doing something, so I'm looking out for him.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah.
So,
Have you had some positive interactions?
yeah, I think I've struggled with one or two in your heavily scientifically indoctrinated, where I've been a little bit out of my league to say otherwise. But that's okay. You know, I try and pass them on to others as long as I can get them.
I got one very open-minded young man. He's still there. Yeah.
Which one's that?
The
See,
man
oh,
in the-
this guy here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's very open-minded.
Oh, is that all it is? Because he
not
come across
flat
that.
earther.
That's what I was confused. You know, because he does come across.
He's really interested in the conversation.
It's really good.
Where Roxanne is with the helicopter.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I don't know if you heard that. Wherever Roxanne is, there's always a helicopter. Even driving here.
Yeah,
Driving
honest
here.
to God.
And not,
Honest to
kid
God.
you not, there was a helicopter following us for like 100 miles.
Oh, we don't want to become Antonio.
And she said, "Oh no, it must be just following the motorway."
She's got a tracker device. I'll tell you.
Yeah, yeah. There you go. I think what it is,
She's interested.
yeah.
That girl.
Oh, what?
She's reading it. Look, she's reading it.
Go for it. Go for it. It's yours. Go for it. It's women power.
I'm observing.
Yeah, no, you need to be. But there'll come a stage where someone will be sat down next to you and just have a conversation.
No, I'm just going, I came through it through Q. So I'll Q smack
That's a hell of a conversation, that is.
Like, don't come and sit near me.
All right.
Yeah, it should be even about 5 minutes.
Yes. Yeah, so we've got, it's Red Pill Phil, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, so Red Pill Phil will be joining us momentarily. And obviously, you've met him before, haven't you?
Yeah, he lives around the corner, yeah.
Of course.
He did an interview.
Oh, it was him that did the interview.
Yeah, so it'll be,
Right.
I think he'll be coming out.
Okay. This is getting really good again. Everybody's in a conversation here now. But there's got this guy here. He's come back. He was here before. The tools are here in the back. He was, I think he was on the snigger before. Little snigger. And then he's just come back. That's what I like. That I really do like that. Well done, Laura. There he is. There's Red Pill. He's here.
Coming off off somewhere.
Yeah, but yes, I am. The weather's not the best, is it?
Sort of, yeah. I'm friends with him. Yeah.
Take a deep breath.
Sort of. Yeah.
No, it's not a protest, no.
No, it's more of a...
It's just a chat.
Yeah.
It's an informal chat. That's all it is.
Phil's not done this.
No, activism kept coming to me as I'm on the bus. Because to endure all this, you know, it takes a lot for anyone. Come out on a Sunday, you know, you've travelled, you're out and about. I was listening to Roxanne stream before, and you're off to Birmingham today, are you?
Later, yes.
And then you're going to be doing something else, and something else, and something else. And I'm like, I don't know where you got the energy from.
And then what's it next week? It's Speakers Ball then.
Really?
Yeah, next Sunday.
Wow.
Yeah. just that we feel as though we're not doing enough.
Yeah.
We honestly feel as though and there isn't enough hours in the day to get this.
Yeah, that's true activism though, isn't it? When you feel that whatever you're doing, you're not even touching the size.
No, really, I'm not. I just asked a couple of lads who have joined us. They're having a great time. I just said, is it something that you maybe like to do? You know, he said, if I can get my hands on banners and things, I'll do my own hometown.
Right.
I think once we're going to give them all the tools. We'll put them on the website and say, look, here's all the tools, guys. You know, like buy them all at cost. You know, like and get out there, do it yourself.
Yeah.
This is what you know, Harry, Mr. John Smith Worldwide.
I'm not sure.
This is what we were talking about. We were talking about this, that we wanted to duplicate what Harry and myself and the other team, when we first come here, we had, I think it was about 15 of us or something like that would come here, and we had an amazing day when we come here.
Right.
We wanted to duplicate that all the time.
When was that?
That was, it's a couple of years ago now.
Okay. What, the same?
We were there on the bridge.
Right, okay. Right.
Yeah, we were there on the bridge, and it's an amazing time. You can go online and see that video.
Sure, okay.
It's, John Smith Worldwide.
Right. Was Roxanne involved at that point?
She wasn't. No.
Right.
No, so it was, we had Tom was with us, Leslie, Victoria, John Thor was with us. I think Ruben was with us as well. There was quite a lot of it, you know, like this was the start of it all.
Sure.
You know, like I think it was our maybe a third or fourth one, I think.
Right.
And actually, activism. This doesn't come to me. It doesn't seem like activism. Activism to me would be like putting graffiti all over that wall or something, or doing some sort of demonstration. Or.
But you are though. It's activism of the mind, isn't it? Yeah. You're trying to recalibrate people's way of thinking and their perceptions of life, and I guess we're all doing it one way or the other, aren't we? You know.
What to describe this now? I wouldn't know. You know, like it's not protest. You just said.
Yeah. It's putting out opinions.
Yeah. It's an activism of the mind.
Yes.
It's a conversation.
Do you want a little interview on this?
Yeah. No,
like I've just been pointing the camera in there, so we can, because then I can kind of piece it up with other little bits as well. You know. What's your name, mate?
It's Jason.
Jason.
Yeah.
Right, Phil. Right, mate.
Yeah,
all right. Well, let's stop this and start it again. I'm just kind of getting a little bit of stuff. Hi, Roxanne. You all right? How you doing? Good to see you.
Good New Year.
Yes.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
I mean, it's
raring to go for full vision 2020 film.
I don't know. I'm not even out of January yet. It's funny we was having this conversation. I'm like, my word. And we was just saying again about the activism. It's never stopping. There's always something. You've got to work through all the adversities. And I'm like,
they'll sweep it under the carpet like they did before. Road all of that. They'll sweep. We've got to stay relevant. We need to keep the conversation going.
Yeah.
We need to strive for social acceptance. To question what we have been taught as fact.
Question?
If we can't do that, where are we as a civilization?
Yeah.
We can't carry on with mundane conversations. We can't carry on with Love Island and who's up to and who hasn't paid. Yeah, we have to start talking about the fundamentals. Why aren't we taught a balanced opposing view? Why is education partisan? Why is it backed up by propaganda? Why do these people that are on the outskirts go, yeah, I've seen that. These people just came up to me and went, so then, you guys are the Flat Earth Society. What gave you that idea? You told us we've been lied to. Right. So is it flat then? Not making a claim, Sunshine. I'm asking you to question the one that's been made. Oh, all right then. Give us a leaflet and I'll look.
it's the usual kind of intellectual deficiency that you're seeing there right in your face. And it's, you know, and it's not that you're actually proposing anything, you're just actually saying, have an open mind and think about what is actually around you.
And you think, what is it then? What do you think it is? I don't know.
So it's like you've got to have the ultimate answer. It's like you're Galileo all of a sudden.
I was just telling them about, you know, like they followed us about 100 miles on the motorway the other day.
Everywhere we go. I don't know.
What's that? Who's that?
We had a helicopter following us up the M6. We had a helicopter over there. Helicopter on the way here.
Wow.
Spending a lot of money.
We're not saying we're
fuel.
important, but
no,
you know,
no, but
it
does.
Yeah.
It's
I'm not paranoid, but it don't mean that that's not a reason to be paranoid. Oh wow.
But so far so good. I think this is a better turnout than Speaker School now.
Yeah.
Shout out to
Oh, yeah,
Munch.
because there ain't no bloody trolls. That's all I'm interested in. If we can have a conversation without as little trolls as possible.
Same again, I just don't get why people just instinctively want to just shut down anything and then walk away knowing that their own life existence is something wrong.
See, I would think that there's something there must be something in this. There's millions that are involved in this now.
Yes.
So there has to be a conversation to be had.
We've got to question more on fundamental levels on everything that we're doing, and people just accepting what is going on. It's disappointing. Right, would you like to do a quick interview?
Yeah.
All right, what's your name again, mate?
Jason of the Bisbury family.
Okay, right. Okay guys, I'm here in Manchester, here with Roxanne, Dolly Daydream and a few others, and I'm going to have a chat here with a chap called Jason. Now Jason, mate, are you the founder of what's going on here, essentially, or how would you describe yourself?
I just want to get some stuff done. You know, like I just want to get out there on the streets. And that, today wasn't my idea. It was a couple of people that live here in Manchester. They contacted me on Messenger, and they just said, you know, like, when are you coming up to Manchester? I was meant to be. Sorry, I just realised there's a problem. Yeah, no, it's yeah. So I was asked to come here, you know, like, and do a bit of activism. We were meant to be doing it in the UK tour part of it, but we did Liverpool and then we skipped Manchester, you know, through not enough days and, you know, like, in the tour. Yeah. So we thought, let's get back here, and of course, yes, it's my banner, leaflets and that, and it's just a great place to bring people together and have a talk, have a conversation.
So what's your overall argument? I mean, we'll get into the activism part in a bit, because we've just had a good chat about that, about all the facets with activism, what it actually means. Yeah. But in terms of your overall argument, what is it you're here for today? What is it you want to say to people, essentially?
We want to question where it is and what it is that we've been told. Yeah. So where do we live, for instance? How do I know that I live on a globe ball? How do I know this personally? Well, my teacher told me. My mum and dad confirmed it. In my eyes, as an impressionable young kid, I didn't question that. They had so much credibility as a small child. So when I go through my life and all the many jobs that I've had and all the many the years that have gone by up until the age of 45, 46 or so, and I'm thinking to myself, you know what? I still haven't questioned that. It's now a given. I know exactly where it is that I live. I live on this ball, this 1,000 mile an hour spinning ball with water all around it. I know this. Do I know this? Or is it a belief? But I was pretty sure that I know this. But it wasn't. It's a given. It's a belief. So once I realised that all I had was beliefs, I thought it's time I need to examine this. Okay, so I accidentally examined this. I fell into it all through Dave Murphy. Come across Dave Murphy, and that was researching Free Man of the Land and that sort of things. And then he started talking about flat Earth on a few videos, and I thought, oh my God, my credibility, Dave's credibility went down the tubes, and I thought, oh my God, the guy thinks he lives on a flat Earth. This is ridiculous. What is he? You know, Dave just went one step too far. Okay, so I pushed forward on 200 proofs. Earth is not a spinning globe by Eric Dubay. Now, once I did the first 15-20 minutes of that, I turned it off and went to bed, because that's ridiculous. They were saying things in 200 proofs that really challenged my beliefs strongly.
What is it they were saying?
Oh God, I think it was maybe the rotation of Earth and airplanes, you know, trying to land on this 1,000 mile an hour object, and it was the airplanes being lined up to a runway that is actually moving 1,000 miles an hour. That kind of made me kind of.
It is a head twister when you think of the concept.
Right, so there's little things like that, and maybe lighthouses and things and all that. I think that's a bit later on in the video.
So if we can just stick on that point, to counteract that, What's the logic that is commonly used to justify that happening? A plane in the air while the ball is spinning.
So they say it's the atmosphere and all that actually goes along as velcroed somehow to the Earth's rotation. It's
Right.
around at 1,000 miles
So it all moves in line with itself. That's
but if that's the case, that means that all the atmosphere down here on the ground must be travelling much slower than all the atmosphere further up.
Right.
Because as you go further up, it obviously gets like wider and wider and bigger and bigger and bigger. So hang on. So we're saying that it's kind of like Velcro down here, but it's somehow
it
tethered.
miraculously all equates.
It's tethered all the way up,
Yeah,
but it's
yeah.
going really faster. Right at the top, and it's all tethered to each other. I'm just not buying it. I'm not buying it for a second. So I went straight to bed and I shut it off, went to bed, and I sat there looking at the ceiling for hours and thinking, this is, I can get to sleep. I think it's like 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, went back downstairs, watched the rest of the video, and then I'm off. I'm watching everything now. I did 18-hour days watching, glued and watching everything. I had a few businesses at the time, and I watched all of these videos, 18-hour days. I kind of moved all my businesses to my kids and let them, because 4.5 months, 18-hour days, and at the end of it, I'm still a Globe believer. At the end of it, because I can't give it up. I'm kind of, my stomach's upside down. I know something's wrong, but I still believe in the ball, and something's wrong. And then I read that, the cognitive dissonance. And it was that summarised exactly what it was I was feeling and going through. And then once I recognised, I let go of my ball, me spinning ball, 1,000 mile an hour spinning ball in space with what's going around it. I let that go and then studied a little bit more with an unbiased view. And then that's kind of what confirmed to me that I know we don't live on that ball.
So now you've got the problem of convincing people that what their experience is cognitive dissonance.
Okay, so
because that goes to the activism. That's where we're going to round it
that's
up.
right. Yeah. Because I think that's what they would say now, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
But no, I suppose I've had 45 years of cognitive dissonance. I've only had a couple of years. If it is the other way, well, I've only had a couple of years off. And I think I know too much now for me to know. Is that a belief? No, I think I could prove all day long that we don't live on the ball. I can't prove what it is that we do live. It's observably flat. I think Roxanne coined that term. It's observably flat. I accept that. Kicking and screaming, I used to be proud and called myself a flat earther. I was quite, I'm proud of that now. I stepped
Was
out
that just a
because-
knee-jerk reaction, as if to say, initially it's not spherical, but then
I was trying to label myself because
you were just coming away from the initial model.
Yes.
Right. Is that a trap a lot of people have got themselves into, in the sense that has that done you damage in terms of thinking on an open mind? Because the perception is that, you're a flat earther, so have you almost, or do when people want to entertain that now, have they put themselves in that mental trap because of the flat earth perception and the respectability it has or it hasn't got? Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah.
Where in reality you still just got an open mind and you just know that it's not the shape that what
But you're right, it is a trap. I fell into that trap, and then because I'd labelled myself, I am this flat earther, then that comes with a lot of, I've now got to prove this.
Yeah.
And that's the problem, because I can't prove that. I can prove all day long where it is that we don't live, and what all the anomalies, and what the IAS says, what's it bring to the table, and what's it the moon landings. I can show you all day long all the anomalies and why that's all so wrong. But I can't really prove what the shape is.
Yeah.
Okay. But it's observably flat. So I accept that, that land may be flat. It could be infinitely. There could be a dome. There's lots to talk about, but I don't know. So I refuse to have a belief on what it is.
Okay. Well, that's a fair position to be at, though, is it not? What do you think the trouble is with people understanding that? Is it cognitive dissonance again?
I think when you first come out of this, I think you almost want to put that label in yourself. I'm a flat earther, and you want to. you want to look at people in the face and say, I'm proud of who I am. I am a flat earther, and I kind of am. I still am, but not in the sense of having this conversation on the street. Can I prove that I am flat?
Yeah.
I can't prove that.
Yeah.
You know.
You just know something's not right. So let's go back to the activism bit then.
How did it
In
start?
terms of when you do what you do, what's the general reaction when you're just on city centres like this?
The general reaction, if we have a quick peek, it's actually pretty calm. Occasionally you get the odd person who's triggered, that wants a argument, a point-scoring argument, but not bringing anything to the table.
Yeah.
They just kind of want to win some points.
Just dismiss you
Yes.
rather than prove their
There you go.
validity of their
That's it.
point.
That's it.
Right. Yeah, right.
So I think it has to be 95%, a bit higher.
Yeah.
That it's all pretty nice, safe, calm discussions, conversations.
Because let's face it, Jason, I mean, you've got people here now that are just walking about in this materialistic, commercialised world we live in, but they'll have ultimate questions themselves.
Yes.
So when they see someone like you, that maybe encourages them to just have an open mind for a couple of minutes. That's all you're really doing. You're not trying to ram your opinion down anyone's throat, I guess.
That's where
Is
it's
that right?
developed and changed, because when we first went out there on the street, and I'll speak to them for myself, but I did hear a few others the same as me. Yeah, we were trying to, I think I was going out to change people's minds to become a flat earther. I was convinced, hang on, I'm a flat earther, then what's it? So I know I'm right, yeah, they're wrong, and I was kind of point scoring with them and having a debate on the street. Well, that was, I then learned, you know, like we started realising, maybe from Harry would say, no, what's it, this global deception, these global lies, you know, like, and maybe we should be on the street telling people what it is that we don't know. You know,
Yes.
like, and I think with Roxanne kind of coining that as well, and you're like the globalist denier.
Yeah.
You know, like that fits better with me now. I kind of know now that any conversation that I have now, I'm not going to change anybody's minds. I'm not going to change anybody's minds. I'm hoping to give a seed, and you go.
That's all you can do. That's the
You
best
check
way
it out
to
for
do it.
yourself.
Yeah.
It's easy now.
And then you're relying on the individual a lot, but then I guess all this is about the individual anyway, because it's about self-empowerment.
Yeah.
You can't give anyone self-empowerment. They've got to do it themselves.
That's right.
And if it takes a conversation
research
from
more.
yourself, you go away. It might take 6 months for any of this information to kick in. It may be just a loose program or something they've seen, a documentary, and then all of a sudden, boom, they come back to here and go,
Yes.
hold on.
Hang on, need
Right.
to re-examine that.
So I guess that's the most natural way of activism. It's
Yes.
inviting people to just be open.
So now it's become easy now. It's just a conversation. That's all it is.
Yeah.
It's a conversation.
Rather than
And-
you go to them, let them come to you.
So I'll for myself, I'll try and point out if they are point scoring or, you know, like, it frustrates me, you know, like, because we can't have a conversation then because there's one or two people that just point score again, and like, hang on, come and listen to what I've got to say and go away and debunk this yourself. You know, research it yourself, debunk it yourself, and come up with your own arguments. But somewhere else, not here in the cold and in the wet on the street. Let's just have a discussion on the street, just a conversation, a light-hearted, friendly conversation.
What harm are you doing? I mean, you know, the world is born on that. Ingenuity is born on that. The exchanging of ideas and beliefs. You know, it's almost like if you're not going to engage that, we're not truly evolving as individuals.
No.
When you're just prepared to close each other down and you've got to live by a certain conformity bias, it does seem like we're going backwards intellectually, I would say. So going to the activism side, I was thinking this on the way down, that it's really hard being an activist per se, because you've got your own thoughts and you want to kind of change other people's opinions in a way, but we've discussed that.
Yeah.
With the weather, the places, the facilities, the money, and, you know, just...
It gets expensive.
It does get expensive. It gets a lot of hard work. And I guess you don't get too many fruits in the sense that you don't see ultimately people just changing their mind around you all the time. Like you say, they'll go away and do it. So it's a kind of like a thankless job in a sense, but I guess you do see some fruit. So the world of the activist, we come here on a Sunday now, it's absolutely crap out there. Luckily you've got undercover. What makes an activist go through all this in order to do? What is it that's...
Other activists coming out for the first time and having this camaraderie of, you know, like-minded people, and rolling up the sleeves, getting stuck in, and talking, having a conversation themselves for the first time. We just seen this, Dolly just turned around and said that I'm not doing any of that, I'm not ready for any of that. I just see her talking to someone just a minute ago. You know, like,
so she is in a way, but she's just doing it in her own way.
It's you'll get a bug. You'll get a bug. It's seeing these faces of all of these new activists coming out and speaking to people and perpetuating this conversation.
So you were saying before that you was in Manchester. What was it? A couple of years?
It was a couple of years ago, and it was just on the bridge over there.
Is there any improvement with the outcome, with the way people are reacting? With the numbers, is it any different, or is it no different?
It's about the same. It is about the same, just different faces.
Yes.
Different faces.
That's good then.
Yes, because you know it'd be nice that other faces that aren't here will they'll be doing something else somewhere else.
Right.
You know, and whether they're actually out on the street, I can guarantee you that they're at least.
Jason, when you said that, when you initially have this inquiry within your own thoughts that something's not quite right, isn't that the most scariest time to then come out of your club going under the cognitive
and then with family and friends and all that, you feel like you're getting stones thrown at you.
Yes, in an intellectual way, and you're getting respectfully downgraded.
My credibility level was getting, stringed by...
But all the while, you feel that you're on an enlightenment course, and your vibrations getting higher, you're getting more of an enlightened soul in a sense in terms of knowledge, but yet the perception is the 180 of that. That is the weird thing about activism, about kind of learning, and having that relationship with people that are not only not willing to, but knowing what it is. And that's the difficulty. I mean, I spoke about this with Dolly. I mean, a lot of people can have real mental issues getting this fact, learning all this, but then appreciating that people on the outside, where they're at, and their reluctance to kind of come along with you you know what I mean? Can you speak to that? Have you got any personal experience?
Well, you yourself, you went along to one of the meetings.
Yes.
And until you actually meet up with like-minded people, there's people out there for the first time. They've never met anyone who's like-minded. And it's a big deal to interact with someone who's thinking the same way. Because once I kind of like knew first come out, even when I was researching it, my entire family and friends were kind of thinking, oh God, he must be off it. He's off his rocker. He's gone nuts. And then when I knew, I had to back away from actually talking to my family about it because of friction. Causing too much friction.
Feel comfortable.
Successful interaction.
Oh, we just had.
I had a successful interaction.
Awesome.
And that woman was difficult.
And this as well. This is what it's all about. It's interacting.
Hi, you're Redfield Hill.
I am
nice
indeed.
To meet you.
Hi. Yes. Sorry. So you've just.
They either engage in conversation or do not get triggered, or get triggered and then come back around and say, maybe I'll look into that. And that man just went away. First he had this whole theory of his own about the atmosphere. It was kind of a vague idea of what the atmosphere does for our visuals. I discussed the perspective idea, the curvature drop. And he went away saying he didn't want to leave it, but he was going to hit a shoreline. So I thought that was a successful interaction. Yeah?
Yeah.
He's planting the seed again, going back to what I'm saying. You know?
You can't hope for anything more than
Yeah.
you know, because in my mind I think, well, he's weak-minded, this person. He must be really weak-minded to just that you're going to believe what this random woman in the street and just believe everything. And that's no
Well,
good
that would
because
be ridiculous.
Yeah.
Why would they believe what a random person says?
No.
They need evidence and
they
they need,
will change so quick when
Yeah.
they get home and get on the internet, and
and they need a method. They need a method to look at it themselves.
They've got to get there themselves.
That's It's a right.
journey.
So the other woman was she was very reticent to take this on. I think she's studying science, and she was trying to hand back the leaflet to me.
Right.
So I thought that I was
we've had
failing.
that.
And then I went through the curvature math again with her,
Yeah.
and instead of throwing the leaflet back at us, she went away with it. So
Yeah.
that was a bit of
Another win.
Yeah.
And it can be hard sometimes because I come from, when I'm talking to people, I'm doing it in a very basic, Nora might do it in a bit more of a mathematical talk as well, and offer a little bit more, because she's got some education to back her up, and have a bit more of an educational talk with people that I can't do. But that's okay, we can still get them to the same place. And we get them both to research this. That's what it is.
So you were saying that you're very busy. We're going back to the activism again. What you kind of got in front of you. I don't know where you get the energy from, personally. Can you just explain to...
Okay, it started off with Harry. I am Harry John Smith Globe Live.
Right.
Okay, it started off with him. It's all his fault. It is, and I'm so annoyed by it. Sorry, Harry. It started off. I'm pretty much. I'm a busy person. I had businesses and all that, and because I had businesses, I was very lazy as well. So my spare time, it's really precious to me, and I wanted to vegetate and do nothing more than just watch the telly. I just want to vegetate.
He saved your life.
So Harry kind of it was every 5 minutes. It's like phone up and let's go somewhere. Let's do something. He wants to push me, and all for the better, And I think without Harry, I don't think I could have carried on. It was Harry that got me to where I am here now, and now I'm the first out the door. Now I'm waiting for everybody else and say, "Come on, you lot, what's going on?"
Because that does demand energy when you're doing what you're doing. In streets like this, when it's cold, when it's wet, when you're fighting against the grain intellectually the moment that you're thinking about doing it, and you've got an uphill battle convincing people walking past. I mean, it does take a lot within the spirit to go, right, I'm going to keep going here. I'm going to do it not only today, I'm going to do it tomorrow
Even
as
just
well.
the continual speaking, it's like
Exactly.
giving a speech.
Yeah, because honestly, I'll be honest with you, I've been in Rochdale all yesterday. I was doing another march, was on my feet all day outside. I got here today, the weather, and I'm like, I just want to go home and kind of get on with my footage and just work with that. And it's not that I didn't want to come here, it wasn't, it's just the fatigue of it all. So that's why when I started the conversation.
I'm immensely positive now.
Right.
Immensely. I figured out that if we've been lied about this, so we have been lied about this, what was the truth? So I've re-examined every part of my life, literally from what I eat, for what I put on my hair. I've re-examined the whole life, everything, and I've redesigned myself on my life. I've designed myself on who I am and what I do.
Yeah.
Which is not just been indoctrinated to follow what mum and dad or the teacher said.
Yeah, but that's true empowerment then, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
Individual empowerment.
Yes.
Right.
So who I am today is literally, that is exactly
So you've actually literally
who
gone
I want
through.
to be. So I'm really positive about life now.
Certainly. So that's going through the red pilling section and coming out like almost from the water with a breath of fresh air, knowing that you're in the place that you want to be.
Yeah.
That's excellent.
I mean, I'd say we've been out doing this in the snow, in blizzard conditions, and still been out handing out leaflets and all that. And I tell you what, every one of us had big smiles on our faces.
Excellent. So what's the plan today? How long do you plan to stay here today?
I would imagine anywhere around about 5ish. And then we're going to make a mad dash rush to the Birmingham meetup at Charlotte's.
So this is what I'm saying about the activism fatigue. So you're going somewhere else today,
Yes.
And then what else is going to transpire this week?
Well, we just got after that. We've got to get home then. I should get home about 1 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
I live like Painting Devon. You know,
Okay.
so it's a fair trek. From
Wow. Yeah.
You know, like, and then it's Speaker's Corner next Sunday.
Wow.
You know.
Well, I've got to admire you for your energy, certainly, sir. And I'm loving just engaging in this conversation anyway. Getting to have a chat with maybe other people, but I certainly want to film what's going on here. So
Yeah, I think it's have a chat with the newcomers, and like, so you know, because that's the interesting one. So you know what? Why have you come? Why are you doing
Where's
it now?
your
You're
journey?
starting it now. This is your first time out here. Why? You know,
Yeah,
like what's bringing you out here? And that. And it is. It's you know you're on this truth. You know you're on the right track.
yeah. Well, thank you for the time anyway, Jason. Good luck. Good luck with everything going forward. Brilliant. That was a good one, that.
I can't remember.
Yeah. Excellent. Red Pill Phil.
Well, I love it's just a natural conversation.
Yeah. You all right there, buddy?
Yes, I'm alright, yeah. Been
Right,
good.
I'll just film it.
Guys, can I just have my screen is it looks like it's buffering. Is the video and audio okay there, guys?
Yeah, I know. I'm in those groups.
I don't know if you can see that. It looks like it's got a buffering thing. Awesome. Cheers, then, John. Am I seeing you tonight, John? Yeah, loud and clear. Buffers occasionally. Yeah, I got all that. Thanks, guys.
You're on.
Yeah.
15 seconds.
Oh, nice one, John. Yeah, look forward to seeing you. Yeah. This has been fantastic. You all right there, guys?
Yeah.
Enjoyed it so far?
I don't know, I'm afraid. Oh, gravity would be calling it down.
Gravity. It's just density. Once you know it's density, it's easy. That's all it is. And it's all relative. Yeah, no, it's been fantastic. Hello, look at this guy here. A bit of a yeah. You need a bit of a clean. I've just noticed that. Oh, that's running, isn't it? That's the paint running.
It's rust, I think.
Oh, is it? Oh, yeah, it might be.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. It's been inside there. So we haven't used it since the Globe Eye tour, since the finish of that.
It's hard. So how many different places has this been at?
Well, they went to 38 countries.
Really?
Yeah.
38 countries?
38 countries. Yeah, I'm not sure the exact amount of destinations. I think it was meant to be about 64 destinations, but it could be 63, 62.
Right. And what time span are you talking?
That was about 3 months.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. How did you finance all that? Was that self-financed?
These awesome people here.
Wow, brilliant.
Yeah. We all put a little bit in the pot, and yeah, these guys did it all.
Right. And filmed it, obviously documented.
Yeah. So originally,
Went online, did a
it's
went
brilliant.
on, didn't he? Yeah, Bob went on with Globusters. They all went on, and they all like, you know, asking people to fund it, like, sure, give donations, and they all give the money. And that's how it kicked off, innit?
Was it a worthwhile journey for yourselves?
Yeah, well, I was a little bit depressed by the whole idea because I wanted to do it for myself. I wanted to do this literally from beginning to end. So I did the first 2 weeks, and then we relayed it and had different drivers. It was meant to be a relay of different drivers, but we come across Jack, and Jack decided to do the whole trip. Apart from England, he didn't do England. You know, like,
They did a lot, man.
one guy, he's a driving machine himself.
Right.
You know, like to do this huge journey.
Same again, activism fatigue. I mean, I don't know how you do it.
Honestly.
I have a full-time job and I have a family as well,
Yeah.
so you know, I guess it's a sacrificing, and if you can put that to one side, what bit of time you've got. But wow, it's difficult. It's difficult for me, so I've got so much.
Oh, when we did the UK tour, that was.
Flat Slapping the Nation on the Tattoo Fixers.
Oh no!
Have you not watched that?
No.
Yeah, Tattoo Fixers.
Oh right, okay. When was this? Just recently?
Yeah, just 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, no, it was fantastic. Guys, you need to do that.
Wind's dropped.
Say what?
But the other thing out now, wind's dropped, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh right. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's right. Yeah. Why not?
No, I'm coming from
Yeah.
Right.
We've got. Oh, look at this. Absolutely awesome. It's Oh right, you need it again, I think. Yeah, you need it by yourself.
I don't think I'm swearing there.
Come on!
Get it. It's a slow process, but it's happening, isn't it?
Yeah. Awesome guys.
They can only slow it down, you know what I mean? They can't stop it really, to be fair.
No.
They can't reverse what's information, you know what I mean? But they can slow it down and put people off.
Nora's speaking to the waiter there.
I spoke with them.
Oh, you've already go as well,
Before
have
we
you?
started, yeah, you come with us.
Awesome.
She's quite open-minded as well, you know?
Yeah, and I like the fact that they haven't been Jobsworths today, you know, because we're kind of in front of their cafe. They could easily come out and say, "You lot, will you get lost?"
Yeah, it's been nice. Yeah.
So
it's been a good atmosphere.
They've been respectful.
That's what it's all about as well, I think.
Yeah.
Definitely. A lot of open minds. Who's a bloke over there? Like, see,
Yeah, he's got his own YouTube channel. He's on there as a Red Pill Phil. And he interviewed Dolly the other day. Because the idea is just to keep flooding everywhere, YouTube and anywhere, because you don't know who's going to pick up on it. You know?
A lot of people are looking, might not be open about what they're doing.
Have you seen that? You go onto the History Channel on YouTube, yeah? Ancient Aliens, the Hollow Earth.
Right.
No warning about it could be a conspiracy or like
That's
that.
what I said.
You click on any Flat Earth video and you get a warning on the
warning.
Yeah.
Does it warn you now?
You get nothing on the Ancient Aliens on History Channel.
Aliens, that's okay.
Yeah. Talking about Hollow Earth.
Yeah.
It's a theory, yeah? Anything Flat Earth gets a warning now and sends you to Wikipedia.
Oh, it's only been
They do
recently
it,
as
they do it
well,
on
isn't it?
Facebook now. They hold your posts now and say this is like a conspiracy, and you know what I mean? It's fine.
No, it's all right, buddy.
My name's John.
John.
Nice to meet John.
Joe. Oh, hi, Joe. And you're fairly local, are you?
Liverpool.
Oh, Liverpool. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Are you okay if I catch you?
Yeah, man.
Okay, fine. All right. Okay. Where about Liverpool?
Just by Anfield.
All right.
Yeah.
I used to live in Walton Lane.
On Walton Lane, yeah.
203 Walton Lane has been knocked down now.
203 Walton Lane, yeah. Just by the bridge, is that?
Well, it was right
before
opposite
the
the
Plod
park.
shop.
Yeah, right opposite the park.
On Walton Hall Avenue. That's where I live, by the Astor Walton. That's where I live.
And I think also on the, I think our back gardens was it Everton training ground or something on the inside.
No, I'm not on Walton Lane. It wouldn't be ever seen.
Oh, my mum said that. No, right. So it might have been a different house that we lived at then.
Yeah.
No, I need to. What's it? I remember my mum said that. What's it? Everton's training ground was on. Was at the rear of our house, but not me.
That was where. That'd be in West.
No, I lived a little bit. It was at my nana's house, and we lived there for about a year.
Yeah. Where are you from yourself?
Well, yeah, Liverpool.
Yeah.
But I've been living in Devon since 1977.
Whereabouts? Petersall?
Yeah, Paynton.
Oh, live in Paynton, yeah.
Just up the
Got
road.
family live in Paynton, yeah. Used to always go there on summer holidays.
Yeah, we've got lots of family in Runcorn here. They always come down for holidays and that.
And we've got friends who live in Paynton and that as well, yeah. Barbican Bay and all that, yeah. No,
It's
okay,
lovely
well,
there. Yeah, no, Roxanne come down for a visit, and I took her to Barbican. She's got they got that famous fish and chip shop up there, which is just
first or second best in the world, yeah.
Yeah,
It's nice,
absolutely
like.
awesome chips.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really. Yeah, I took her up there.
Yeah. Where's that kid from? Warrington?
What time are you thinking of staying till with the stands and that?
I really haven't got a clue what time it
See
is.
how it goes.
It's about 2:30, close to 3.
Oh, really?
Oh, 3 o'clock.
3 o'clock. We were always going to anywhere between 4:30 and 5 o'clock. We were thinking of. I say we've got a couple of hour drive to get to Birmingham.
Back to Birmingham.
Just so that there's a meeting there at Birmingham. So we're going to get there's a Charlotte does a flat Earth meeting there.
That's tonight.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So we're going to
just a meet up or
meet up.
We should do on a Sunday night.
Yeah, that's right. Sundays. It needs to be done.
You get invited, but there's just no way I can make it down.
Yeah. Because it's hard to get back for work and all that. I thought this Friday or Saturday needs to be the meetings. I think. Yeah. But,
yeah, it was a good turnout earlier on, wasn't it? There was quite a lot of conversations going on.
Yeah, I think these here, these if it isn't Speaker's Corner, this should be done on maybe a Saturday, might be easier. But Speaker's Corner, we've got no choice. It has to be done on the Sunday. So there's Roxanne. Roxanne's having a chat over there. Right.
Want to go with that chicken fried rice there?
No, I'm fine. Lovely. Thank you for your offer. Thanks. And what time are you getting off?
About the same time as you.
Right.
I think I need to walk up from my
I thought it was through there somewhere, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not far anyway. You literally walk up the road.
Yeah.
I think it's up there.
Yeah, it might be. Yeah. Yeah. Something like that.
On the train.
Oh, guys. Oh, this is yeah, I think that relative density has got the better of my arm now. It's shattered. What a turnout. There's a few people missing. The rain stopped. So many people are here, eh? Yeah, it's not a bad idea. Get someone else to have a go. Who would be the person? So that might be interesting. Have a little different spin on things. Let's have a look. I'm just going to see how much battery we've got in here. Awesome. 100% on battery. So it's going well. Does any of you lads fancy walking around with my camera and having a talk with the people in the chat?
Have an alley.
Yeah, just curious. No, it's all right.
I don't know what to say.
Because I don't know, you watched a bit of the Globe Light tour, the Euro one, and then we had Lisa going round, and she was a little bit quiet at first, and you can hear her start talking a bit more and quiet, and then she's talking a bit more. And it's hard, but because there's 72 people there, they're all waiting to hear something.
Quiet though,
so I'm trying to put a little spin on it and see.
That's just the phone call.
Can you do that? Is that you got the confidence to do that? I haven't got the confidence to that.
There was a group of people, maybe I would. I feel like I can. Like when I think to myself, I feel like I could do something like that. But when it comes to
yeah. Because we've had Ruben do that, and obviously Dave Mannell.
Ah, that's a good one. Yeah.
Amazing.
It was good. I got them a belt.
Oh, Dave Mannell doesn't need that. I mean, he can just project his voice and.
He was marching backwards and forwards, and that was great.
No.
Chat to the eye when I heard him. But it takes some guts to do it, to get up there and do.
Because I think like a big part of going out on the streets and doing activism is I feel like to record it for other people.
So yeah.
Because they need to know what it is that.
So they can see the reaction.
And are you explaining something 10 times better than what I did or what he did? And and people learn from it, or we all learn from each other.
Oh, definitely. That's where we've come here. We'll see if we'll probably learn something about how else.
Yeah. My biggest thing was because everything I learned was from Harry, John Smith Globe Live. And the problem was I he was always behind the camera, so we never got to see the interaction. You know, how did that conversation start? And you know, like, did you just tap him on the shoulder? You know, like, how did? I was frustrated as hell of trying to know and understand this.
How they come across talking, like,
Yeah.
To do till it just shows you them.
It just shows you. It just starts. I forgot. Oh yeah, so I was a little bit frustrated. I didn't know.
He then? Is he?
He's
Is he all right?
Yeah. He's just. I think he's just taking a bit of time out, and hopefully he'll. In the future, he may be back into it. I don't know. We'll see.
Hopefully, we'll see him in the future.
Yeah.
He's good. I think.
I haven't spoken to him this year. I spoke to him just before Christmas, but.
Where's he from? Is he from Scotland or something?
Yeah, up Scotland way. Yeah. No, it'd be nice to see Harry back on the streets.
I hope it gets bigger. I hope that like more people take.
Honestly, this setup here now and this conversation should be in every town right throughout the whole UK.
Yeah.
And then the rest
should be
of the
a
world.
group of people
Everywhere.
from every city.
Yeah.
You know, like I mean, getting together, even 4 or 5, 3 or 4 people. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, some of the things.
So we know these people are here. I know there's like, I don't know, hundreds of Globe Deniers, Flat Earthers, whatever you want to call themselves, here in Manchester right now. They're here. They're just not connecting.
Yeah, they're not stepping. They're not making that step. Is it? They're not walking the walk.
Yeah. I mean, Robin was doing, and Charlotte is doing. They got on that meetup.com and then just created a meetup between like-minded people.
Yeah, just we're going for a coffee or whatever, or a drink.
It's not a bad idea. You know, like I did one for myself in Torquay and managed to get a few people to come around. But I think you have to commit yourself and have it a bit more regular, because for those who don't turn up one week, they'll probably turn up the next week.
It's getting time as well, isn't it? A lot of people are very busy and that.
Yeah.
Like this lad, he works 7 days a week.
Oh no! Forevermore, you need to. You can drag him anywhere, and he must comply.
Oh yeah, he's got it. He has to, because he told me he wouldn't. You've got his name. It's been quite good, mate. I've interacted with more than 10, 12 people in that. It's been quite well.
When he started talking about it, how resistant was you at first? Did you think he was off his trolley at first, or?
Well, I had been researching other stuff, like poisons in the food, sugars, and cannabis being like a cure.
Yeah.
And then that was the last thing that he told us about, the flat earth. And then all of a sudden everything just fell into place. It's just crazy. So I was interested in that sort of stuff before, but I didn't see the meaning behind it. I didn't see if they didn't land on the moon, what would that change? Why? And then I started thinking more into it and researching, and I had flashbacks from being young. I knew the sun and moon were close. I pointed that out years before I knew, you know. And, just obvious. It's so obvious.
No.
You say, well, I don't feel like I'm spinning. They say, well, you're on, that's it.
You're too distracted, you know what I mean? You're too busy shopping or playing on the Xbox or... You know what I mean? You're distracted too much.
For me, it was just work. And never had time to even... don't get me wrong, I think I went through the Nibiru and the Planet X thing and that, you know, like I did a little bit of conspiracy things. I didn't buy into aliens. You know, like,
not the aliens them show anyways, not like the little aliens coming through in the spaceships.
No.
There'll be some sort of human-like aliens.
Kind of makes a bit of sense to me now, as in could they be coming from distant lands?
Yeah.
You know, like
controlling them from the outside, inside.
It does. It makes a bit. It does. I feel as though it makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, definitely.
You know,
it spoils it for people, like for the pyramids and things like that. People think aliens built them from outer space. People think we come from Mars. It's like it spoils it for specialness, you know.
That's it.
It takes it
again.
the purpose of
no proof to that whatsoever. None of it.
But this is one way from all the corruption that's going on now. That we see, this is one way that we can get back. You know what I mean? We can, you know, I think we can stump them. You know, stump them.
Yeah.
Not abuse, like physical or being abusive. It's very peaceful, isn't it? Self-sufficient.
No, that's right. It's very we do get quite a bit of condescending. You know, like that they're on a higher pedestal and looking down at you, and they feel as though that, and they won't let you get a word in edgeways to explain yourself. You know, that's frustrating. That is.
It is, and they're not listening, and they're just.
So they're scoring points now, and then you know, like it's just annoying that.
Yes.
I said, listen to what I've got to say.
Yeah.
Don't like what I've got to say. Move on.
Try and understand it if possible. That's the only thing you can do, really. I always ask them, do you understand where I'm coming from? Do you understand what I mean? And a lot of them do understand.
And are you here maliciously, or are you here with love to give them something?
Do you actually want to learn, or do you want to know more? Or are you just here to just...
You want to know more, it's more to life, you know?
Yeah.
Them are the big questions, aren't they?
Who don't want to know and they're still trying to argue with it.
That's it. We haven't got all the answers, but we're talking.
Yeah, that's it.
And I have a strong feeling of, I'm not saying like God is in a man in the sky, but God being the nature of everything, you know? I'm not saying it's a physical, I'm unsure what God is, but I think it is like in
That's
some
the hardest
sort of
one.
form.
That's difficult.
It does exist in some form. Maybe it's a vibration. You know, like once humanity reaches a certain vibration, once we stop working 50 hours a week, you know, we might reach a vibration, a godly vibration, you know, where it's the good, God good. The devil, if you take the D off devil, it's evil, you know, maybe low vibrations, you know.
There's nothing wrong in talking about it, and just, you know, as long as we recognise, and got no proofs to any of this, but we're talking.
Yeah, definitely.
You know.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Happy days. I think in 10 minutes we're going to get ourselves away and try and get travelling back. You know?
Awesome.
A long travel back to Newcastle.
Yeah. And what is it roughly? How many hours?
2.5 hours.
Ah, that's not too bad.
That's with no stopping. Like.
Yeah.
We'll get some food before we set off though, and then we'll just drive straight back.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's been a brilliant day.
Yeah, no, good. I'm glad. And I imagine through the year we'll get over to Newcastle.
Yeah, if you do, mate.
No, we will. Because
got
as I say,
quite
it was something that I was going to, I wanted to do and never got round to.
What's that? Reflection of the sun. I was showing somebody before.
Yeah.
You got that one? You want to put that on there so it doesn't get things? But like I say, it would be nice to do something in the future, you know. And there's quite a few people from Newcastle, you know, that we know that haven't been able to make it the day, but they could make it today. You know?
Yeah, let's get closer to summer for that one.
That's it. Mate.
Summer's the best time as well, you know. I mean,
It is. Well,
everybody's happy. Everybody's.
It's harder as well to kind of like, you know, like
get people to stop, isn't it?
Well, it's like for myself, it's holidays and things and getting time off and all that business. It's difficult, but I make him do something myself. I've got 3 weekends off in the month. You know, so I can always do something every 3, you know, like, you know, for 3 weekends.
Yeah. I'm off every weekend at the moment. At the moment.
You never know.
Now you can change it.
Leave it behind you guys.
See.
What's that? 7 o'clock.
What's that?
7 o'clock. Right.
Has he got some on the table?
Leaflet.
Did you take one? Good.
I'm going to try and hand a few words.
Yeah.
10 minutes left. We'll try and hand a few more.
Awesome.
Yeah, we'll give them a welcome back.
Yeah, that's what I did. I went round last time. I just went round and like just give, you know.
Yeah, just
leave some in the restaurant on.
Yeah. Right, the website on the net. There's a website on there, and you'd like to take a look at what it is that we're looking into.
No, it's because I'm curious, you know.
Sorry?
I'm curious.
Yeah, alright, okay. Awesome.
I don't use anyone, but I like to know new ways of thinking.
Yes. Yeah. We're talking on the streets, we're examining. We realise that there is a mathematical formula, you know, like for the curvature of the Earth.
Yeah.
Okay, so it works out this for every mile squared, there's an 8-inch drop, there's 32 inches and 72 inches. But we can see all of this land. And we see way too far that we're not meant to see. All of this land should be over the curvature of the Earth. You know, like, so when you're in Calais, you know, like, you can see the White Cliffs of Dover in its entirety. The highest cliff is 350 feet, so maybe you should see a little peak, you know, 50 foot of a little peak. But we can see the entirety of them, but you're not meant to see them. This is 273 miles away, and you can still see 3 miles should be hidden. You can still see all this land, but you shouldn't be able to see. We see way too far.
Yeah, but you know, it's I will not.
No problem. That's all right.
It's like the climatic change.
Okay.
You know?
I see.
Yeah.
Climate change.
Yeah, obviously yes.
Is it?
Obviously yes.
How do you know that? How do you know that? I mean, there's lots of scientists that have come out against that. Who's right?
I'm vegan.
Sorry?
I'm vegan.
You're vegan?
Yes.
Okay.
You know what is vegan?
Vegan?
Yeah.
I am vegan.
It's not only the diet.
Okay.
It's what you wear.
Yes.
It's what you use.
Okay. Sorry, how did we get from there to climate change?
You like that I explain what is the climatic change?
Climatic change. Okay. I've not heard it said that way, but...
Don't treat me like a stupid.
Sorry?
Don't treat me like a stupid.
Sorry, I've not heard of climatic change. No, I haven't.
Okay, maybe I'm using the wrong words. Environmental change. The pollution.
Okay.
You never hear it about
climate change. Climate
darling,
change.
here you have, because I think this way of thinking and treat the people like stupid.
Wow. Wow. That was a bit odd. She was saying climatic change. So I said I don't really understand. Are you referring to climate change? That was a bit weird. It was weird. Like she got a little bit defensive, and I was being sincere and genuine. But yeah, that was weird. That was. I think there's a bit of a language barrier. I think that's what that was. But I didn't fully understand what it was that she was trying to say. She was on about climate change, and then she went straight to vegan, and it kind of threw me off a little bit. Okay, well, I'm vegan as well, but I'm not sure how that relates to climate change. And if it does, I'm not aware of that. If there's a correlation, that was really odd. Anyway, moving past. That was odd. Yeah, I think it was a language barrier problem.
Dad there, he said, I see it on the YouTube. I brought my son down here to see what was going on.
Yes.
He took 2 leaflets, and his little boy was already going, is that the one they made up, Daddy? Is that the one they made up, Daddy? Yes, son, that's the one they made up. So he's gone, yeah. He says, no. He says, I told my boy, don't just sit in class and believe what they're telling you in school. But think critically and ask Daddy questions. So shout out to all the cool daddies out there, and he only gets access to us on a Sunday.
Wow.
I see daddies that have their kids on their lap and they don't give a fairy crack of a rat's arse about it.
Yeah.
Shout out to that dad who's out there on a Sunday with his boy,
Yeah.
being as awake as he possibly can.
Yeah.
Not in the McDonald's, not in the KFC,
No.
out for a walk.
Yeah.
So, hello everybody.
Yeah.
My phone's not live streaming. I've tried to live stream a million times and YouTube's not working on my phone.
Do you want to walk around with it?
Does your viewers want me to?
Yeah. Because you can give me a rest and put it in my pocket.
I never said I was going to have to carry all that and all that.
The
It's
thing is,
weighty.
it always has to face you because the microphone is not working properly.
You never told me that.
So you just kind of like...
Can you hear? Hi, Jim. Hi.
Oh, my arm's not working now.
Dead arm.
Oh, yeah.
Right, so Jason has given me his camera. You're over the target, Roxanne. Hi, Rox. We've got Janine. Janine's having a little chit chat there. Let's see if I can go around it. There's our dolly. We've got Red Pill Phil there. Red Pill Phil and Dolly are having a chat with this guy here. And got some more people talking over there. We've got some more people having a little chit chat over here. There's Ninja. We've got one of our mods from the chat room. So I'll do this and you can have a little... Jason said I can't move the camera around, so... Hi, Jonto! So... Okay, so can you see that? Un momento.
Divide and conquer. It's how to pick people off and put them in the different groups. Yes.
Hello, we're just coming to Earwig on the conversation. Hi, how's the conversation going? What are you lot
Yeah, talking about PAG.
Yeah.
Yeah, divide and conquer.
And you know all about that,
Yep.
So I was just trying to explain to him that, you know, it's just pitting people off against one another, and it's done on such a basic level, from football teams to even what food
Look
you
how
like.
well it's worked for them so far.
Yeah,
Worked
exactly.
to fucking treat. Worked to fucking treat.
Some race, to gender, you know, it's divvied up that much now that, you know, and now the brands thing, you've got probably another 100
And
genders.
again, the Ministries of Education going, tick, tick, tick. We'll just add that one to the list. We'll just teach the
It's
kids
like
that
the
as
pie
well.
chart's just getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and we're all what?
I feel like we're going to get to a tipping point where we, the people, are going to get to the point where we go, right, education system as it stands is surplus to requirement. We've done it. And I think that it will happen when parents stop consenting to their kids being brainwashed with it. And that's why maybe it will start with a petition. Maybe it will start, well, the government are looking to debate it this year anyway, to go for a more holistic approach to GCSEs and scrap them together. So that could be our foot in the door. As soon as they decide to do that, we'll go in and give them solutions and say, look, here's a holistic approach, here's a more truthful approach, here's one without propaganda and partisan, balanced opposing views again. Even in schools, there's some schools that are teaching evolution and not teaching creationism anymore. How's that legal?
Oh, do you mean creation? You mean
How is that legal?
It's not. It's
They're
going
getting away
against
with
the
it.
verifiable. But is it not a question of losing face now, Ross?
High schools don't teach
I mean,
creation.
That's what it is.
Can they actually rip the system up and restart again for the fact that they know that the floor
That's
is
why I think
in?
debating it. That's why I think they're going to floor it, debate whether they should go for a more holistic approach. And then when the floor goes, yeah, we should, then they'll floor it out and go, right, let's redesign it, let's redo it. Because it's happened once before. Education's not the same as it was 60 years ago.
See, to me, it's just like we need to stop arguing. We just need to come together to make solutions.
In the same way that they update the textbooks, same way they update the science textbooks. Eventually, the old science textbook is obsolete to requirements, so they bring in the new textbook. But that doesn't mean that they've got to mess themselves up. They just go, it's updated now. A bit like the moon being in our atmosphere. That one was a corker. That was an absolute. Oh, by the way, it's in our atmosphere, everyone. Don't bat an eyelid though, because it doesn't change a fucking thing. What do you mean? Well, we did. Well, I know we said we left the atmosphere when we went to the moon. We slightly didn't because we were wrong. And no one's batted an eyelid. Look at all these people. They've all been told the moon's within our atmosphere and not a bat of an eyelid anymore.
But
Not one. Not one.
When you've been trained that your most important thing is vanity and everything else, the true questions are not even important.
It's the fear of social reprisal. The same people that didn't want to. Same people don't even want to vouch for the fact that the government are puppets run by public officers. Might lose my job if I say that. Oh wait, if I work for a conglomerate company. Yep. There you go. Just go to the chat room. Let me see.
What are they saying?
Yep, Stacey,
So what
Amanda,
he's
Kieran,
really saying
Mary,
is that that's how he would feel.
Jim, education,
In a sense.
eradication of the open-minded
Yeah.
child. There we go. Got a nice little one there, guys. Education is the eradication of the open-minded child. I like that. I'm okay, Amanda. Hello, everyone.
That is
Plague
true
Zero.
weakness. Yeah.
Clive.
Yeah, if you've not, if you've realised that there's something not right, but then you go, well, never
Stacey,
mind.
Kieran.
That's not good for you.
Ooh, Amanda, Cold Steel. Plain old Dave.
Go through that journey, see where it takes you.
Zenith, hi.
Yes, you're the live stream.
Nice to see you.
The live stream,
Yeah, I was watching a bit where you were when you were marching down the street.
I can't read that name there, sorry.
I heard you say that
Tracy, Butler, John Thor, Martin.
So to see people, the one thing they've got to is someone in Thomas Cook.
Hi, Robin. Hi, Esh News. Hi, Near Darling. Lovely to see you.
Booking the holiday, but the
I'll
travel
take you on a
agents
little walk round and you can see. I'll come back to you guys in a minute. Okay, so let's go around this way. Sorry. Jason's having a little chat there with that guy there. We've got the banners here. We've got everyone behind me. We've got Dave who's doing a bit of filming there on his camera. I'm just going to keep walking around so you can see everyone that's talking. Do a little round. there's a good few people that are here having a conversation. And at least they're having an open-minded conversation. At least that's what's happening. Yeah.
No, you got to believe.
Yeah, there's right there, darling.
I'd have to be honest.
Right there.
I'd have to go and do my
Cool.
No.
It's so nice to see people having healthy interactions. Hi, Charlotte. I'm going to see you in a few hours. Me and Jason will be on our way in a few hours. Awesome. Gerardo, Knight of the Round Table, Stacey, Martin, Jim, Robin. So cool to see you all. I like how Jason's left me with the short straw here, holding his camera. Well done, Jason. Where is he? He's over there having a little chat. There he is. Spotted him. Look. There he is. There. He's having a fly break. Let's go in here, Wig. See what everyone's talking about.
Put it into Photoshop and make it, and that's what I think it look like. So there's no real photographs of the whole planet Earth, and there's no video footage evidence from a satellite showing us that.
And the proper scientists that, I'm not trying to be rude.
Go on, no.
And the proper scientists that believe it's a flat Earth, have given like proper trained scientists.
But there's none that can be told that me and you can go and do. That's the science is to observe, measure it or repeat it. So we can't repeat a working ball with water stuck to it.
If I were to believe you now, for example, I'd be believing you like I believe in the science.
But we're asking you to go and do your own.
Yeah, that's the one thing. Definitely don't let no one make you believe something.
Any measurable curve.
Yeah.
So you have to go and you have to put the dots together yourself.
Have you guys heard of Neil deGrasse Tyson?
Yeah.
Do you know he said from 120,000 feet you can't see the curve? Like that was a mind boggle to me. I was like, is this guy serious? Like, is he gonna just really say that?
But then you've got the other spokesman for NASA saying, which is Bill Nye. Have you heard of him?
Bill Nye, the science guy, I think he's called it.
So he's doing it, and he's doing a demonstration of the boats going over the curvature.
That's right.
And he goes, and there's the curvature.
That's what I was told as a kid, though. When they go over the curve, that's when they disappear, right?
If the curvature, it can either be on land or it's got to be up there. So two of them saying total different opposites of each other. So you've got to question that.
Another thing as well is if we are living on the model that we were taught that has a radius of just under 4,000 miles, which is what we were taught, I shouldn't be able to look from the beach in Tenerife and see La Palma 125 miles away. Not saying what it is, but I'm saying if we are living on what we were taught, for sure, no way could I see that. So I'm definitely not making a claim as to what this could be, but I'm saying, why can't society, like all of us, why are we not allowed to question what we've been taught as fact without social ridicule? Like, you know, like certain people, they just don't believe in the moon landings. People think, yeah, that's fake news. That's completely... Yeah, my daughter doesn't... How old are you? Do you mind me asking? Yeah, my daughter's 17. My daughter turned 17 on New Year's, and she said that no one at her school, virtually no one, Elon Musk put that car up there. She said that was fake news. She was like, you? And I was like, Mum, think about it. The tyres have got air in. Pressure difference, they're gonna pop. And I'm like, for real, do they just think everyone's head buttons up the back and we're all just gonna like completely accept it? Or maybe they do, because as soon as you question what you've been taught as fact in public, you're socially do you? Yeah. Do you believe what you were taught about what we live on? Do you believe it's what we were taught?
No, when I was 3 years old.
Yeah. I don't believe it's flat, but I don't believe... Yeah, so... That's it, no problem, boys. Yeah. I love that. Yeah. That's what I said about that other distance. Yeah. It's so true. Yeah.
I think we live on a big ball. Really big ball.
I love it. But I'm definitely with it. We should be able to question what we've been taught as fact and not get laughed out of the room. Do you know what I mean? I think it's only fair. I mean, we've got people that just want to talk about Love Island and who's up who and who hasn't paid. I just think if that's where we are. Yeah. No. I love it. I love it. Yeah. And I feel. High five, brother. I feel like.
Has he got the same one?
Oh my God! Oh my God! No way!
It's close, isn't it?
No way! I've got to show your one. I've got to show your one.
Last 20 minutes.
Class.
I was a bit. I knew the conversation just changed with you. I heard you laughing there. I thought.
I love it. No, I love it. I love it. Good. High five. High five. Someone's got to do it. Big up yourself. Thank you so much, darling. That's just made my bloody day. Guys, I'm so sorry. Brilliant. If you haven't conveyed what's just happened, I'll tell you what, I'll try and go live from the car and describe what happened. This guy is an absolute legend. I've just met him. No idea what his name is, but he's a cracker. I'm telling you, there's amazing globe deniers out here all over the place. You've only just got to come out, haven't you? You've just got to come out here and say hello and get involved and put your two. Look what's happened since we've been here today. Look how many amazing people we've spoken to. And this guy here, he's the cherry on the cake for me. Could you even make that up?
You live down south.
I couldn't have made that up. Even if I'd sat all day and thought something up beyond it. Brilliant. Class that. Bloomin' marvellous. Can I go to the toilet, please? Sorry. Just workers' rights and all that.
Do what?
Workers' rights and all that. I don't know. He's back.
All you need. You don't need to do all this talking. You just need to show them this.
That's it.
That's the end of.
Yep.
The black swan.
There you go. How can it
End of the conversation.
if that is so
Sorry guys, one sec.
But it's end of now.
the belief system, and I go, it's not.
There's no point arguing. It's just like, have a look at that then.
There you go.
I've got pictures myself. I've been myself with telescopes. Go for yourself. If you don't believe that picture that someone took, and they're out there, aren't they? So
all these repeated observations is the fact that we're doing repeated observations. You've got Dr. John down in Brighton, you've got everyone over in the community, you've got people over in America, people in Russia, all seeing.
You got Ranty in Blackpool.
Ranty! Listen, if you haven't done so already, Ranty Flat Earth, give him a sub today, please. And if you haven't done so already, give Sleeping Warrior a sub as well.
No,
I think he's there.
He's got some brilliant observations, Ranty.
Yeah.
Shout out to Ranty.
He is there.
He is. He is in our mind. He is in our mind. Our life.
He's there somewhere. I just seen Clive shouting out Ranty.
Oh, good. Yeah, shout out to Ranty. I call them Rantony.
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 He's known as Rantony now.
See? That's what me and Janine have been calling him. Rantony. Rantony, the dynamic duo.
That's one I always listen to, is Ethan Oakley's.
Can't
So
go
that,
far
it keeps you up to date with everything. So
Does.
you can't listen to everything.
If you haven't done so already, give Nathan Oakley's channel a sub today. Nathan Oakley, 1980.
I did. But no, I don't do it no more. I can't. I can't.
No.
Too much.
I've died down with it all now.
Yes.
Because at first I was like, I was 12 hours a day, not 18, but I was.
Yeah. But when you get the tools to inform, that's it. You're away with it after you've informed yourself.
There's no
and
going
I think
back.
there was a bit. See, before I got immersed in them boys' arguments, there was a little bit that was a bit like, am I qualified to even be in that room listening to all of that? And then after a while I went, oh wait, this isn't bad. I just thought it was a load of like shop talk that I was not going to be qualified to listen to. But after 20 minutes of being in Nathan's chat room, I'm like, no, it's just a helpful place to be. You can ask questions and not be ridiculed for it and go, I don't understand that, guys. Can you explain it in a different way? And there's always 5 or 6 people to give it in their way. And no matter how many times, you'll always find someone who'll give it in a way. Normally for me it's Anthony, because he does super things for me.
Anthony?
Yeah. You'll normally have the patience to go through it.
Sleeping Warrior, Anthony.
Sleeping Warrior. Mine and Janine's hero, our little computer builder.
The Liverpool one with you there, that was great.
That was awesome.
I've not watched them all. You can't. Well.
Again, time.
But that one is special. Even Red Pill uploaded that one, didn't he?
All right.
Yeah, Red Pill Philosophy uploaded that.
Okay.
He was all over that.
Yes,
you were filming it, lad.
No, just trying to.
Flat Earther Schools.
You were only filming it, Jason.
Flat Earther Schools to PhD students.
Yeah. You couldn't make that up,
I
Dave.
know, I know.
You couldn't make that up. Anthony
that was
got a
awesome,
real
though.
favour
We've
that
had
day.
some special moments.
He stays calm, honestly. Nathan loses it too easily, doesn't
I don't
he?
know, yeah. They need that for the equilibrium, I
Yeah, they
think.
do.
I think
They do. He brings them.
Yeah.
It
Shout
really
out to
works
all
with
of
that.
you. You've all done amazing, and I think it's all about over 1,000 shows Nathan's done now as well.
Are you on? All right. We're not live.
Bit late
are
for
we?
that, Jason.
Oh gosh. Right, I'm going now.
Sorry, didn't ask.
I don't-
I've been asking everybody all day. You okay? You okay?
No, not bad.
Yeah.
Cool. Oh no, I thought.
Oh
you
no,
had a
this is
proper-
better because this is live. This is unedited.
Is it?
No, you want to see what he's going to do with yours. Oh, you're live. All right, okay.
How funny is it?
No, these are live ones. These are better. Yeah, you don't want people like, what's it, twisting all the facts, what you've done. Yeah, proper, true account of what's going on. Hello. More leaflets? Any leaflets? Leaflet. Let's grab a couple of leaflets here. Yeah, guys. I'm gonna grab a leaflet there.
Thank you.
There you go. Do you need one each, or are you okay?
Oh, no, it's all right.
All right.
Save
No
it.
problem.
I'll take them.
Yeah, of course. There you go. Good, some more?
You've advocated mass attracting.
Awesome.
You've done mass attracting mass. Also, you guys think if you're trying to isolate, if you're trying to test the Okay, well, why is it in 1915 Einstein superseded the Hamilton experiment and said mass attracting mass is no longer a thing? It's now depending on space-time. He said it's not the one, you know what the word superseded means? What? It means replaced. It's improved.
They didn't replace it, they extended the thing.
No, it didn't extend it, superseded it.
We've done the Cavendish experiment anyway.
What, to measure the density of the Earth?
Yeah.
You did that.
No.
It doesn't prove where you live.
It's not the one included.
Well, it doesn't prove where you live, though. It measures the density of the Earth.
So Einstein was lying, though. Einstein was lying. He superseded. He snapped the one in two. He did. You don't even know your model. This is what I tell you. You don't even know what you're preaching.
Yeah.
Einstein superseded the Cavendish experiment and says depending on space. And I'll say to you,
It's just, we just don't know what it is. That's how it is. That's how it
it's a theory of gravity. That's why it's a theory.
Yeah.
It is a theory.
Well, there you go.
Agreed story.
But
You don't have the theory of electricity, do you? Because everyone knows it's electricity moving in a proper way. Because we know, no, it's not a theory.
We don't know something.
That's why it's a theory.
With everything, like you have
An agreed discussion, an agreed story.
Listen, anything that's unproven, it remains a theory until it's proven. And what, there's no getting away from that. It's a theory for a
But it
reason.
fits with every single
And that way it
reticle.
fits, it's
Fits with every
unproven.
reticle experiment.
Like what? The bending on space-time. Show me that experiment. How do you bend space-time?
Mathematical concept.
How do you bend space-time?
How do you bend space-time?
Yeah. With maths. Maths is not reality. Describe how I'm feeling mathematically. You can't. So it's not. How can maths be reality then? This is a proper argument.
No, getting you to challenge it
Two
yourselves.
bottles. I can only take two from you in reality. But, so you cannot describe the bending of space-time mathematically to me. No.
If all your answers to everything,
Not scoring points, he's trying to get you guys to challenge this yourselves.
I just think personally, obviously gravity is a theory, but it.
There you go. Well, we agree then.
Yeah, no, but I think any physicist will tell you that it's a theory, but it's the thing that fits with. It's the theory we have that fits best with how the way we see things, not just like on Earth, but in the
explanation.
universe. It's a very good explanation.
I'll tell you why they need gravity. So you can have rocks orbiting rocks in space and people upside down in Australia. That's why it's not a natural law like hot to cold and high pressure to low pressure. We need gravity so we can have rocks orbiting over rocks. That's why it's not just a natural law.
What do you think the sun? Sorry,
sun.
it's a genuine question. Like, how do you think like the sun, like rises and sets?
It's just a local source of light that comes into view and goes away from you. That's all you know.
Why does it not emit light? If it's like above the Earth, why does it not emit light in every
Smaller and
direction?
closer.
It's a small local light. It's not a huge fireball 93 million miles away.
It's never been proven.
If it was a huge huge fireball 93 million miles away, it would not have equal 12-hour days and nights and same climate shining on the Earth. Okay, 90% of the Earth. You're not getting away from that.
I think, like, how do you think it's like hot here?
And if you want to talk about the sun, if you're on the beach, and you're there, and he's a mile away, the sun will come right to your feet and right to your feet, and you won't see it go to his, and you won't see it go to his. The sun renders itself particularly to the individual. It doesn't behave like a spotlight, even though you're told it's a huge fireball in space. You don't know what the sun is.
So you know, we can even
Do you agree the sun will render itself straight to your feet, and if you're a mile away, it'll go straight to your feet?
How do you think,
Listen,
like...
yes or no? If you're
I don't understand what you're saying.
and sun glow at sunset, it'll come straight to your feet. You're a mile away, it'll go straight to your feet. It will. The sun always comes to your feet at sun's when it gets across. The sun renders itself to you. The spotlight doesn't behave like that. You won't see it going to his feet, and you won't see it going to her feet. So how can you tell me what the sun is going?
How do you think, like, it's hot on planet Earth?
It's what?
It's like warm on Earth. If the sun is just like small and just like a spotlight, how is it?
Well, when I say small, I just mean it's not a huge fireball 93 million miles away. It's a small local source of heat. We don't know. It's in the sky, that's all you can explain.
So many things like what the sun is, how it orbits.
Well, no, because we're asking for proof.
How do we explain what the sun is? How do we do that? How are we taught? No, how are we? I'm asking a question. How are we taught?
Because it's never been proven.
What, like as a start?
How do the ministries of education teach us? Why do you know what you know about?
Why? How do you know it's 93 million miles away?
Egotistical question. Because
Never been proven.
Well, how do they measure the distance?
93 million miles away.
I'm pretty sure they use parallax.
That's interesting. I've not heard that described for that reason. I'll look into that.
There are like multiple methods to measure the distance.
Well, it's meant to be something to do with the transit of Venus or something, going across or something. But that was an assumed distance as well.
I just think obviously there are flaws really just fit in theories, but gravity.
I can tell you about parallax. They say the stars are effectively suns that are millions of light, or hundreds of light years away. The Egyptians, you know, the constellation of Orion, they plotted the stars, the constellation of Orion above the pyramids. That was thousands of years ago. The Earth is supposed to be doing all these crazy motions in space and traveling millions and millions of miles.
And the stars are as well.
And the sky, the same sky. The Egyptians. That's an excuse.
Oh, sorry, and like
But you just
stuff
said
is just
parallax.
that's the way stuff is, isn't an excuse.
You just mentioned parallax. When I say I should point out we don't see any parallax, you're now telling me it's all relative.
Same stars are
No,
there
I mean,
year
like,
after
the
year.
distance is relative. Like, obviously, things are moving apart.
We're moving, and so are they. The universe is supposed to be expanding.
Yeah.
You don't see it. All I'm saying is.
We do see it. You
Oh,
can
you
measure
do?
the expansion of the universe.
I've just told you, we see the same sky the Egyptians plotted thousands of years ago.
In like the time scale of the universe, thousands of years,
Do you
nothing.
know how many miles a day the Earth is supposed to travel?
But it's still, that's still.
No, do you know how many miles a day the Earth
No,
is
I
supposed
can't tell you exactly.
Right. The Earth is supposed to travel, right? The Earth is supposed to travel 500,000 miles a day.
But that's still.
Following the sun.
That's still so
spiraling through the
insignificant.
universe. And while we're doing those motions, so do the planets and stars. Oh, we don't see any movement? Come on.
The distances, obviously, when you say, 500,000 miles, whatever, that feels like a big distance. But in comparison to, how far away the stars are, that's nothing. Thousands of years, it's nothing. Even, like, relative to the age of the universe. Nothing's going to move.
So we're moving, and all these
Yeah,
stars.
we're moving, and they're moving, but just looking at us, I don't think it moves like enough.
So if you're here on this side of the sun, 6 months later on the other side of the sun, and you still see the same sky, do you not think that's a bit odd? If you're looking at the other side of the sun, you should see a different sky. Every 3 months you should see a different sky, but we don't.
And Polaris is still above. Still the same place.
There's people who do time-lapse photography of the sky, and all you'll see is the stars rotating, the perfect circle above the Earth. We're not moving. There is no evidence for it. We know the story. I know what you've been told. I know what you're going to tell me. But all I'm saying is we don't see it.
I mean, I guess
We're asking you to re-examine it, what you've been taught. Just re-examine it with an unbiased, open mind.
I have quite an open mind, but at the same time, like, if something has huge amounts of evidence behind it, like, I'm going to believe it.
Well,
I don't see huge amounts of evidence. Like,
how about that? How about distances of land that we shouldn't be able to see? That's got to be a huge amount of evidence there. There's so much land that we can see.
What are you trying to say?
Okay, well look, this is what's it, spherical trigonometry, Pythagoras theorem. For every mile squared, there should be an 8-inch drop, 8 inch, and then 32 inches, and then 72 inches, and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. That's the White Cliffs of Dover. Okay, 300 feet should be missing, but 350 feet is the highest peak. But we can see the entirety of the whole White Cliffs of Dover. So you should be. We see way too far. Sorry.
If you just use regular Pythagoras.
Pythagoras theorem, spherical trigonometry. You can go online. There's lots of curve calculators that you can check out for yourself. This is a longest distance photograph there. 273 miles away. We can still see way too far. We can see land. 3 miles high should be hidden. We shouldn't be able to see any of this. We're saying that we can see way too. I could give you an encyclopedia of thousands of proofs that we see way too far.
I think, I agree with you. It's a theory, but it fits. It's the best theory we have that fits, and I don't really think just saying like that's the way it is a.
Does that sit
good
okay with
enough
you?
answer.
Yeah, it doesn't sit. Yeah, so it doesn't.
That's what you said to me, like, you know, why does stuff fall when you drop it? I don't think that's like just saying that's how it is.
No, we just think we're just saying that that's good enough reasons to re-examine this.
Yeah, but nobody, even I've just said to you, right, the most prominent astrophysicist, Neil deGrasse Tyson, says he doesn't know what gravity. It's a theory.
But it's
And
a
they
theory
need
that fits.
gravity.
It's a theory that
So
fits
rocks
with
can orbit
everything
rocks
we
in the
see.
sky. That's why we need it. And people can be upside down in Australia.
I think this is quite a leap to say that just because, you know, you can see a bit of land that maybe some dodgy maths tells you shouldn't be able to see. It's such a leap to then go that everything's wrong and like, you know, that like nothing you hear is true, and even though there's photographs of the Earth, oh, they've got to be fake, and even though, you know, people have witnessed the planet, oh, it has to be fake, and it's such like a leap to go through because
You know when people,
pretend that like
you know when people,
the Earth is round.
you know when people re-examine this, okay, and they try to debunk this. How many do you think of us are out here who actually know that we don't live on a ball? How many people do you think that is?
I mean, no, it's not a thing to know.
Because would it shock you if I say one country alone, let's say 12 million people in Brazil alone are what they call themselves flat earthers? 12 million.
Yeah, I know. But
So around the world, we're talking.
billions of people
So what we're talking? No, that have never examined it. That you said exactly what you just said. That believe we are people that know that we don't live on a ball. There's a huge big difference there. So there's millions and millions worldwide of people waking up and trying to debunk all of this with an open, unbiased mind, and fail miserably trying to debunk this. Anything that you've got to kind of that you think that you is credible what you've been taught, I can guarantee you that it's already been explained on why it's wrong. There's an answer for everything. This is the biggest shock of my life.
No, I said why is it
Of things dropping.
Yeah, why do
Okay,
things drop?
what do you think science says? If they found the graviton, what they're looking for.
Or gravity wave.
Or gravity wave.
I have found gravitational waves.
Yeah, we know that.
How do you know?
It's funny how they found in space where you can't prove, oh, we've seen it in space. In a galaxy far, far away.
Think about that for a second. The biggest gravity wave that we've got recorded right now happening would be the moon's effect on tides, wouldn't it? That's a huge gravity wave. It's happening every day. Is it not? Is that not a gravity wave? What is that?
Is the moon's effect on tide not proof of gravity?
So what we're saying is, why do they? Does that not strike like a chord to say why are they? Looking? What's it? Millions of miles away when we've got the moon here.
The theory, that's not what gravitational which wave is.
Okay, what's it?
They're like ripples in space.
You even laughed with this.
Oh dear.
Because I'm just going to say, obviously,
So
it's going to laugh at what I'm
it's a
saying.
story, isn't it? That's what we're saying. It's just an agreed story by these astrophysicists that have got no proof about this whatsoever.
What do you think tides happen? If you,
Tides.
yeah.
I find it strange, tides. I don't know how it happens.
Tides. You go to the Caribbean in Jamaica, there's no tides.
I was going to say the Maldives.
Sorry, are you going to say, are you saying tides are fake?
No, I was going to say the Maldives.
Why do tides here happen?
On the equator, the Maldives.
Why do tides not happen there then?
The biggest pull that the moon would have would be kind of like maybe on the equator, and the Maldives have got no tides.
None. I'm telling you for a fact.
But here in the north, we've got huge tides, 30, 40, 50 feet.
Why do you think those tides happen?
I don't know. I haven't got all the answers yet. But
Even though the theory of gravity that we have fits
oh no,
exactly
we're not bullshitting you with a belief. That's the thing. We're not giving you a belief.
It's strange there's no tides there.
Would that not be better that this guy here says I don't know,
I mean,
than just kind of like bullshit you with some belief?
There's no tides in the Caribbean. If you go on Google, it'll say there's an 18-inch tide. I'm telling you, there is none. That's just an ebb and flow of the sea. There is no tide.
Yeah. Yeah. We're just there's stuff here for you to examine. There really is. There's a website, look, FE Star or Globe Live.
Don't go on the Flat Earth Society.
Yes, nothing to do with us.
Google will lead you
there's
straight
some
there.
very questionable.
Do you know it's all been censored now?
There's some very questionable relativity on that.
Yeah, it's been heavily censored now, and wherever you type in Google or YouTube and all that, you'll just be given a paradigm from the government. They don't want you to know what we know now. It's not on you. It's on my hand. It doesn't work that way.
Are you filming?
Yeah, sorry, I'm not filming any of you. Look, it's on my hand. It is.
Are you on any filming?
You haven't been on. You haven't been
I
on
don't
there.
like my voice on any filming.
Oh, okay. Well, I can't help that. It's live. Yeah. Because you've got something that we've all gone through. Everybody here went to school and all that. We're not all farmers with pitchforks and all that. There's quite learned, educated people here. But we've examined this in an unbiased, open-minded way.
At the same time, I think the fact that gravity fits every single observation we see, I think it does. Like, even though you tell me
If it's a mathematical model, what they presented you.
there's no tides in Jamaica, I can't tell you why.
You can look into
No,
it.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
an 18-inch tide.
Compared to the UK tide, it's got one of the biggest tides.
Yeah, it just said that in the north it is.
So gravity's selective now, is it?
I can't tell. I don't know.
I know, we've got you on the spot.
You don't see the tides in Jamaica.
No, it's not don't see, there isn't. It's official. You can Google the tide now and say it's 18 inches.
Yeah.
That's not a tide. That's an ebb and flow. That's not a tide. They just can't tell you there's no tide. There is no tide. They say there's 18 inches. One thing I've observed none. And when I go back and plan to film it, there is none.
Yeah.
So that's the end of that one. You cannot be in the moon, put it in the
I
sea.
think the thing is, obviously gravity is a theory. I think any physicist will tell you it's a theory.
There you go. Can you grab them
It fits
Yeah, okay, you know where you are. Can we go grab them then? Yeah, fine. Would you like one? There you go. Someone who can think for themselves.
It's fake, it's an astronaut lying, and NASA's lying. It's like such a leap to make.
You think man's been to the moon? You do?
How? Why? Have you looked into all the anomalies why it wouldn't be possible?
You think man's been to the moon?
I think again, it's going to be the same sort of.
You're old enough to know better. I can see why she might be. You absolutely believe that? It's a film set. Come on.
You can put.
You must know that.
Come on. I can't even, you know, when they look at the moon, I can't even bother explaining why it's nonsense. It's so obvious.
These launches. Try and convince me.
Oh, we see them go up.
The moon is the easiest one
To debunk.
It's not even worth, honestly.
So, you are?
Going now.
Oh, are you?
With Phil.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah,
So,
gotta go get Finn.
hi guys. Say goodbye to Janine, to Dolly, stage name.
To Dolly, to Janine, whatever. Gotta go, gotta fly. Just have to come and support. Do you like in Manchester so far?
It's alright, we've had some good conversations. It's okay. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
No, I've just.
I'm not.
All right, so that was a good, interesting conversation with the young girl there. I didn't put her on camera. I had a feeling that she was going to be objective to that, and she was. You know, would you like a leaflet there? There you go. And do you want to take one? You've got one. Look into it. Look into it. It's got a website there. Would you like a leaflet there? There you go. It's just that we just get people to check it out and look into it yourselves in an unbiased, open-minded way. There you go. Oh God, let's find out what time it is. Nearly 4 o'clock. I got about half an hour before we've got to start wrapping up, and which will be a bit of a shame to say goodbye to Red Pill.
Yeah, it's the money I keep giving up.
Say goodbye.
Nice one. It's been great. It's been great.
Yeah.
Thanks for your time. Thanks for coming and trying to convince people to have an open mind.
It's not going to be the first, and it definitely won't be the last
Yes.
time.
Next time you're here, let me know when I'll come down and hopefully when the weather's a bit better, we can have a more of it.
She's going to get the bus.
Yes.
She's got a chaperone. She's going to be safe, yeah?
Yes. So take care, guys. Keep the great work. Nice one.
Thank you, my darling.
Cheers.
No, I'm going to cry.
If you're going that way, can we see you run through the fountains?
Yeah. We'll do a mock and wine.
I'm going to go this way. See you then.
Cheers, everybody. Nice speaking to you. Oh dear. I'm saying nothing.
Well done, Rockstar.
I like that you said that. I want my dolly.
I want my dolly.
Oh dear.
Thank God I don't make mascara. I'll be working on this.
Oh well, there you go. I think we'll be slowly winding down. Stop it. Snap out of it. You enjoyed yourself?
Yeah.
Okay. And when we first got here, we were so unsure about the whole setup, weren't we? Roxanne wants her dolly. I do. Dave's on his way off in a minute. You're getting going in a minute, are you?
No, I'm just sitting
You okay?
back surfing a bit.
Right. Oh, tough. Yeah. It's 4 o'clock, yeah.
That hour's gone. We're going to...
Yeah,
when you say the 3 o'clock, it's like...
Yeah.
It's been a good day. Sorry about getting emotional there, but emotions make you cry sometimes, and I don't get to see Dolly enough as it is. So thank you so much, Dolly and Phil, for coming down today. Dolly is going to get chaperoned back by Phil, so she will get home nice and safely. And to everybody that's come out and seen us today and been a part of these interactions, honestly, cannot thank you enough. Much love to you all. Some of you have got online presences like Ninja. Ninja Man from the chat room is here today, so shout out Ninja, amazing mod, thank you for everything that you're doing. And shout out to all of you, all 87 of you that are in the chat room just now. Jim, Shumati, Sean, JJ, Clive, Rude, Eartha, Dr. LA, Lunderground, Stacey, Pilton, no, Kill the Beast, Lifting the Lids, Snivel, I, Plain Old Dave, big up yourselves. Jimmy, Without Question, and who else have I missed? benevolent. Benevolent. I said it, James. I said it. Good. Who else? You lot don't need me on screen anymore, man. I'm going to give you back to Jason. I think I'm just repeating names. The city. Hold on, let's go back down to the bottom just in case you missed anyone. Lifting the lid and Marcel as well. Thank you, my darling. Coffee Paul. Effie Barracuda. Tony Dixon said, Manchester proves the Earth is a level plane. It has so much rain.
What have you done?
It has so much rain which levels out in bodies of water. That makes it undeniable that Earth is a demonstratively level plane. Shout out to Tony. Well said, my darling. Thank you. Manchester United. Yeah.
No, Liverpool's won. It's all over now.
Man U. I happen to be a Man U fan.
Yeah.
I'm okay, darling.
I never asked. No, I'm fine. I never asked. Are you a red or a blue? Red. So it's just looking.
Man U. Yes, get in there, my son. Eh? Not blue. Just saying. Red.
It's awesome.
Man U. Saying it. I don't know now. I don't know.
Why? If you do that once more, I'm going to call you a flat earther.
I'm saying a bloody word. I'm not going to say it. I'll tell you what I'll do. Stick a pipe and smoke in it.
Funny looking pipe.
I'm going to take myself into Costco and smoke this. Is that done, people? Is that how you do activism? Roll up, get your flat earth truth in.
Oh, go on. Call someone over. Call them over. Say, oh, you, come here. No, you got to sit there. Roxanne. There you go. Roxanne's going in for the kill. See what she does. No. There we go.
Apparently the education system has got a lot to desire for. Boys said they can't read. I asked all three of them, and I said, can you read? And they went, no. So no point in giving me money.
Yeah.
So still going.
Few heated debates I can hear as well.
Guys, I'm gonna have to oh, getting a big crowd again. Look at this, and here's me trying to shut it down. Anyone who wants to do activism, all you've got to do is keep shutting down, and then the people will come. That's all you have to do.
Grab a few more leaflets and see what we can do. Back to over there?
Thank you for providing a presentation on that.
Yeah. Do you want one as well? Okay, one. Challenge yourself to debunk it. Challenge yourself.
Like you're a teenager, so
There's been some conversations today.
And put a coloured plaster on. Yeah, you go, you're
doing a great job there as well.
Just about to say goodbye to everyone and start wrapping up. It's like coming like basically like 1 minute.
Yes. We've seen this happen so many times, isn't it?
Alright. I'm on that now.
Yeah, I'll try and keep away from you. No problem. I say there's a CCTV camera over there. I mean, like, oh, people should never be worried about if they're ever on camera. I mean, look at that up there. They're always on camera.
Do you know any of those people teams in the world? I'd say, well, all the seasons and all that. That was yeah, the sky's moving. Yeah, the stars moving all around.
That's it. We're just getting people to examine this themselves.
So you kind of feel that because
they're bringing people to the table. Look at this. Seem to
reverse or galaxy, space. No matter what, get out of space.
You can't actually feel
That's just a representation. It's helped me when I start visualise where we live. It's helped me to understand how it may work. That's all it is. It's not a model.
I'd say that makes sense.
So how are we going to get away? I want to go home.
Yeah.
It's time, isn't it, to get going? We've got a couple of hour drive to get on.
Alright. Yeah, that's it.
Right, I'm going to have to make a start. Alright, that's fine. Let's see, who else we got? Yeah, guys, I'm going to shut the stream down now. How long have I been going? Oh, over 3 hours. We've done quite well. Yeah, so that's Manchester. Successful again for the second time. We've done really well. It's been a fantastic turnout. So thank you for everybody who did make the effort and come in here. Me and Roxanne are going to be going off to Halezone at Charlotte's meetup. So we'll be there in a couple of hours. Give or take half an hour for me to get this all packed away and back in the car. So see you soon, Charlotte. Won't be long. And guess we'll be seeing you guys next Sunday. Next Sunday at Speaker's Corner will be me, Roxanne, and whoever turns up. So we'll be putting out quite a few shout outs between now and then, and seeing if we can get a crowd of us again to come to Speaker's Corner. I feel like I've lost my voice a little bit today. Red Pill Phil was asking me, like, how do you get the energy, to keep doing stuff like this? I think I'm shattered actually. Yeah, so it is tiring, but you get the energy by watching these people come out for the first time, engaging, and you get an enormous amount of self-gratification by just watching these guys. I mean, like, you don't see anybody miserable, do you? No, this has been awesome again. Another successful, great Manchester day out. So yeah, all right there, Robin. Until next week at Speaker's Corner. Cheers then, guys. See you soon.
Why